And we are at long last live. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, happy time zones, wherever you might be. Welcome back, finally, to the House of Hubris here on Twitch.tv /Saracent. Welcome back to Shadows Over Loathing. I'm Emma. I missed that part, but hey, I still have a name. So yeah, been a minute. I know we were taking a brief hiatus, but you know that bit where in my last stream I called it early because I had a bit of a cold and it was making my throat go weird? Well, surprise, it wasn't a bit of a cold, I had COVID. Again. But hey, I'm back now, mostly fine. Had COVID, had a funeral to go to, had, like, other things taking up my time. It's been a weird few weeks. But we're back now. I can't, for the life of me, remember what we're doing in this game. We're in the swamp, the Big Moist, as we're insistently calling it. We are still lovable Butch, Jimbert Barflower, finding cursed items in the 20s. And last time I believe we were just getting sidetracked by side quests all over the place. Oh, that's right, we're in... I'm going to click continue and we're going to be in the house where we have to find all the locks and all the keys to open the locks because we are finding this guy's heirloom lock collection. So let's do that. Ah yes, the Dauphin house. Did we do all the radios or are we... I think we're still waiting on one. So let's look at our list. Also, before we get started, nearly forgot to say thank you so much, Charity Lady, with the 40-month resub. That it is ridiculous to me that I've been doing this long enough for the number to get that big. Yeah, so, yes, Charles got kidnapped by Gatorman, so we need to find him in the Gatorman Fortress. Okay, we've done 10 radios, we just need to keep our eye out for one more. Still need cheese for the rat and the steam tunnels. Need... still to dry out wet plain fuel, which is certainly a collection of words. Search the Gatorman Hamlet in the Big Moist for clues about where Kathy might have gone. Yes, because that's the, like, warring families of fish deboners and reboners and... How are my glasses covered in so much cack? And, yes, do this to find all the locks in the Dauphin house. We've got one, there are 11. Oh, the Bridge Dauphin, that's a name. Also, if you're expecting any of these voices to sound remotely like they did last time, hi, you must be new to the stream. Consistency isn't a thing I do around here. Oh, and I need to hurt a fly and then tell a shopkeeper about it. Again, series of words. Anything in here? Fancy serving cart? It's one of those serving carts they use in posh hotels and posh manor houses, apparently, with a big silver platter covered with a dome-shaped lid, just the right size to hide a severed head or a roast of some kind. Did we look at this already? I think we might have. Of course, you reach out and grip the handle and take a deep breath. Slowly, you lift the lid, tilting your head to peek underneath. Oh, it's empty. A fine China to feed an army if only you could get past the padlock, and if you were in command of the world's hoity-toityest military. Clean and well-lit corner. Okay, I don't think we've gone into any of these side rooms. We can unlock this padlock. Hurrah! I didn't actually mean to click go through the door. Let's try and be methodical. Punishment couch, yes, I remember that. Mopey, Hortense, Beasley, Goldilocks, Fansworth, and Calpurnia, because Jimbert Barflower isn't the silliest name around. We already flushed the toilet, medical cabinet securely locked, and we've fished in this bath of hot water. That's going to take us up to the second floor, so we'll give it a second. The basement of this swamp house is, predictably, completely flooded. Yeah, don't have a basement in your house in a swamp. You need some kind of breathing apparatus if you want to go down there. Okay. Also, yeah, if there's anything I'm meant to be remembering from before, I don't. Breakfast has not been served. Boo. Humidity has turned most of these dry goods into stale goods. not as popular a shopping section. Anything good left? Almost nothing has escaped the moisture. Almost. Can of fruit cocktail. +1 to everything. Ooh, that's exciting. One of those old fridges that people sometimes got locked into accidentally and asphyxiated. Oh wait, that's still all fridges these days. Maybe that's why it's padlocked. Yeah, and this is why Back to the Future used a car, because originally it was a fridge. And then they had to change it because the studio was like, no, we do not want kids getting into fridges because that is, you know, often bad. I would counter that kids getting into the driver's seat of cars also leads to bad, but hey, let's unlock it. The fridge is empty of both expired food and expired hide-and-seekers. Good to know. You do find a key inexplicably frozen into a block of ice, though. You'd never heard that Back to the Future trivia? Actually true. Sounds like I'm just making crap up, but no. Key in a block of ice. You can't tell if this was done as a prank or by somebody trying to break the habit of fidgeting with their keys. It'd probably work. The oven is full of gross, steamy swamp worms. Gross. Pepperidge's father's house, there are many drawers. Bible joke. Yeah, but let's fish in the sink first. Bit of wet potato for our fish bag. Apple core for our fish bag. These things shouldn't be going in the fish bag, I would argue, but hey. Soggy dish rag in the fish bag. Anyway, we're through the drawers. Lots of stuff in here. Dire corn holder. A regular corn holder is a tiny vampire that drinks corn cob juice instead of blood. A dire one also drinks blood. Okay, I'm going to have to examine your postulates there. But also, muscle +6 and heals us. Hello. More junk mail, another fuse, and a padlock. Neat. Because at the minute I'm using this sharpened tenderizing hammer, muscle +6, reduced target muscle by 3. This is also muscle +6 and I've not even sharpened it yet. We have sharpening equipment. No. So I'm going to keep this because it's got the debuff for now, but yeah, that's definitely an upgrade once I have a sharpening thing. A sharper thing, if you will. Okay, well, we can melt the frozen key in the bath. Yeah, drop in the frozen key. The nice warm bath causes the ice to relax, and it drops the key with a grateful sigh. That's how it works. Don't let physicists tell you different. Don't find padlock key. Cold. Is that for the drinks cabinet? Nope. The china cabinet, even. Ah. Let's check the second floor. Second floor, if you will. Some dirt and a planter, where presumably a plant and a planter once stood. Ah, seems logical. Any of these planters interest us? No? Okay. Door's padlocked. Door's padlocked, and presumably the key I have won't work for either of them. A bedroom. Creepy toy box. This toy box is disappointingly empty. Not even a BB gun or a creepy doll. Maybe the doll's hiding elsewhere. Bum bum. I don't have a bumper bum button on my soundboard. Perhaps I should. This nightstand has one empty drawer and one locked drawer. An eerie, ghostly sound is coming from inside it. Well, not got that key. Comfortable looking bed, free of bloodstains or vaguely person-shaped lumps under the blanket. Very much my "this bed is free of bloodstains" shirt is raising a lot of questions answered by my shirt. Check under the pillow. Ooh, shiny. Somebody must have traded in a key-shaped tooth. Sure. Wardrobes were very important in old houses like this that didn't have built-in closets to keep skeletons in. Yep. Some work pants and a wire coat hanger. Just physical armor. Neat. Not sure why anybody would want to wear a coat made of wire, but whatever. Puns. Shelf full of books about sports. Anything interesting? These books are mostly dedicated to sports you've never heard of. Fire hockey? Full contact curling? 43-man squamish? I would watch all of these. But you do find more about kicking techniques. 3 physical damage and reduce mysticality by 3. Ooh. Do I have enough to read it? Oh, you just get it straight off. After you finish, you realise all the pages in this book had writing on both sides, so you only got half the info. Okay, but if I have that many XP, why am I not... 171 XP. Was I saving for anything? Was I waiting to get the mysticality out? I can't remember. Coat hangs on fuses, some of the most useful odds and ends of this game. I mean, not just of this game. They're legitimately the most useful odds and ends that there are. No, I may as well just get my triceps ripped. I mean, when you phrase it like that, it sounds less appealing. Nothing's hiding underneath the bed, except dust. Except maybe some wood. If you get that reference, sorry. Door's padlocked. Haha! This one. How many padlocks does that put us on? 5. 6 to go. The little jewellery box on this table contains, to your non-surprise, jewellery. Perfectly normal jewellery. Pork press bangle and a beat-up ring. Free for all does an extra 2 damage. I mean, that doesn't sound as good as throw 2 balls at people, but maybe it is. I don't know. Fancy nightstand. Disappointingly non-fancy contents. A battery, okay. And a disappointing padlock key. This bed looks inviting, but nobody seems to have accepted the invitation for quite some time. The chest is locked and easily big enough to hide a skeleton, or even a whole body. I guess skeletons are more compressible. It's a fancy vanity, which appeals to your pedestrian vanity. Radium Rouge. Potion for mysticality and moxie. The convenient thing about products with radium in them is that they're easy to find in the darkness of the coffin they'll ultimately put you in. This is true. And also worth. A disappointing key gets to here. Up to the attic. You assume that Dauphin was superstitious enough to not store any padlocks on the east side of his attic. That's how you get family curses. Probably. Lots of boxes, but none of them say padlocks on them, and you're not motivated to search them otherwise. You know what grisly things you might find. I think we're expecting a lot more skeletons in a lot more closets than this house is actually going to produce. Also, there's a workbench. Strewn with bits and gizmos and bits of gizmos. Amongst all that, you find what looks like a miniature radio carved from driftwood. A radio small enough to carry? Amazing! Maybe if you listen to it periodically, it'll warn you about any nearby monsters that are actually manifestations of your repressed trauma. Or maybe it will just give you the baseball scores. Put a better radio and the world will beat a path to your door. A better one than this, I mean. Oh, so now I can just listen to the radio. A boy's voice asks, "Gee, Pop, where'd you get all that treasure? Is it a cursed pirate hoard stolen from the ruins of an ancient civilization?" Haha, no, son, nothing like that. Just sound investments in perfectly normal and moral financial markets. Again, Kurt raising a lot of questions. The voices, so eerie. Can I get more? No, that is the same. What if I'm in different places? Will it get me other things? Oh, it's now crackling. Hear a little girl's voice shouting, "Mum! Mum! A terrible ghoul stole the key to my nightstand!" A woman replies, "Now, dear, don't call your brother Ralphie a terrible ghoul. Probably hid the key in the potted plant in the hallway like he always does." Okay. Aha! Now we can do it. So predictable, that Ralphie. Okay. And, yep. Creepy music box in the drawer. Great. Oh, just does a bunch of spooky damage to all combatants. All combatants. This is a creepy music box, but just to say, it's a music box. Okay, that's a generalization. I just got a very sweet to the moon music box as part of their Kickstarter. Oh. Radio saying things. That is the same. Does it say something in here as well? A ghostly voice wails, "Who stole my golden arm?" And a boy's voice says, "Ah, come on, sis. Don't you know any other ghost stories? That's the only one you ever tell." Okay. Hear a man's voice scolding angrily. "For goodness sake, Agnes, you're obsessed. Obsessed with taping things to the backs of paintings. Just like your aunt, One-Eyed Calpurnia Dauphin. You'll probably die peacefully in your sleep, just like she did." Eerie. Okay, well, let's go and look behind the portrait of Calpurnia. Could this be One-Eyed Aunt Calpurnia, considering the eye patch and the fact that the painting is labelled Calpurnia Dauphin? I'm gonna guess yes. He taped to the back. Classic Calpurnia. And what's the radio say here? "Remember, Ralphie," says a woman's voice, "you must never open the door to strangers." A boy's voice replies, "Okay, Mom, because it might be a kidnapper or a murderer, right?" "Oh, I'm sure that would never happen. But it might be a vacuum cleaner salesman. We already have one." That's very practical of you. In the bathroom, a man's voice says, "Ralphie, why on earth do you keep flushing this fish zester down the commode? Have you been possessed by some otherworldly or demonic force?" "No, Dad, I just thought it would be a funny place to hide it," comes the reply. I assumed that would let me search the toilet for a fish zester. Anyway, let's unlock this. Got a padlock, some rhino balm, gross, and some mercury eye drops. This product is safe and effective, and don't ever let anybody tell you different. The 20s, everyone. That's the second floor. Can't go down to the basement without breathing apparatus. But in the kitchen, hear a woman's voice saying, "Please be careful around the kitchen knives, Rebecca. They're very sharp. I keep them that way because, counterintuitive though it may be, dull knives actually cause more accidents." "Yes, Mother, I understand," a little girl's voice replies. That doesn't seem to tell us anything. Have we got this key yet? No. Oh, yeah, there'll be more to listen to out here. The woman's voice says, "Clarence, I'm so grateful that our family has never suffered from supernatural curses, serial murder, demonic corruption, or plague." "I agree, dear. We certainly have been fortunate, and doubtless will remain so." "Everything around here seems fine." Is there anything in the garage? Well, presumably voices. A woman's voice gasps, "Oh my, Clarence, why are you lying on the floor underneath your workbench? Are you all right? Were you attacked by a burglar or an axe murderer?" "Calm down, Agnes, I'm fine. I'm just practicing changing the oil in our car." I mean, that makes sense. Aha, I can unlock this. Tool chest contains one tool and one key, which I guess also counts as a tool, albeit an extremely specific one, so 2 tools then. And so, muscle plus 4 and 3 bleeding. We can put more bleeding on that. That'd be really quite good. Wait. What about that hole in the tree? Did we stick our hand in that yet? No. Yes, even. The opposite of what I said. Okay, we got a key. It's presumably to one of the things on the upstairs. No, not the attic. This chest? No. What else is there? Oh, there's the food cart and not the food cart, the drinks cabinet, china cabinet. Yeah. You open the cabinet door and examine the stacks of fine bone china. Wait. in China? Perhaps human bone China? Oh, no, the brand mark on the bottom's a pretty well-known company, so probably not. You find a really fancy hat. That is a gravy boat. There we go, it's entirely possible it's a gravy boat and you're just using it upside down. Don't let that stop you. Yep, good moral. So we can go back to the boardwalk and have that. Anything in the serving cart yet? No, there'll probably be something to do with that we have to hear a clue about. But I think we've listened to the radio in every area of this house now. Yeah, I heard that. Basement's flooded. That's probably the thing we're waiting for. Because that takes us to how many locks? 10. One left. And it's the one on the seated chest upstairs. Wrong button. Just double checking that we've heard all of these. Yep. Oh, right, this is a mirror, so we can change our face there. Okay. I think we're going to need that breathing apparatus before we can finish this off. Or I'm missing something. Who knows, maybe even both. I listened out here. I listened in the garage. Yeah. I don't think... Oh, wait. Yes, they were just talking about being under the bench, weren't they? Wait a second, was this the bench that the woman on the radio was talking about? Check under it. Ah, there we go. And some oil. If I actually follow the clues they give me, the game becomes easier. And, you know, possible. Wrong room. There's a veil in here. And beyond the veil... Oh, nothing. Funds. Accessory for Moxie and Stench Armor. Nice. Come in handy if you ever decide to save money by getting married at the city dump. We've all been there. Okay, we've got all the padlocks. Where the hell was... In Sunken Boxcar. Right, I remember that. Where everything was surprisingly diagonal. Oh god! More sidetracks. I've seen the item I need for the flooded basement out in the wider world already. Oh, there's the diving helmet outside the restaurant at the university. Didn't I already get that? I might... Anyway, here's another sidetrack. You take a wrong turn, and instead of ending up where you wanted to be, you end up at the Monster Shack. You know it's the Monster Shack because of the big sign on it that says Monster Shack. For once, I'm not going to instantly take the sidetrack, alright? Let's actually accomplish a thing. Pepperidge. Ah, yes. Found your father's padlocks. Thank you so much. You didn't run into my grandmother by any chance, did you? What? No. Was she supposed to be there? No, that would have been highly unusual if she had been, considering she died more than 30 years ago. Cool, here's your padlocks. Marvellous. Once I've reaccustomed myself to standing on level ground, I'll be on my way. Big hobo camp near Ocean City you might be interested in. I can give you directions. Ah, excellent. I think I'll head that way now. Perhaps I'll see you there? Eventually, I'm sure. Hurrah! We did a thing. We did a thing! Accomplishment. And now that it's been brought up, I want to go and check that diving helmet. It was outside fish and chips. Yeah, sure. Squeeze blood out of a stone. Okay, no, we have not got this diving helmet yet. We need 9 muscle. What are we on at the minute? 8 muscle. Do these give us muscle? They don't. Haha! It's essentially a real diving helmet. Good instincts. Still has enough air in it to last you as long as you remain interested in diving. Sure, let's go with that. Re-equip my ridiculous clown pants. Thank you for the gentle nudge, chat. There's still some self-print, some pustling crouch. Still one of my favourite phrases in this. That takes us up to 71 XP already. That's a lot. Why should I walk to the bus stop? Yeah. At some point I should go back to Ocean City to get these hats photographed. But for now, should go to the Moist. And then to the Dauphin house. You know, it's a big brown rock half submerged in the swamp. Ancient mammoth coprolith. Ah, yes, everyone's favourite poop stones. You can almost tell what the mammoth had for breakfast. Also pustule and grelch. That makes sense. Now, I need to actually equip the diving helmet, like a peasant. Okay, Is that the same bouncy walk we had, or is this a whole new walk cycle for underwater? Can't tell. These dry goods have been forced by circumstance to no longer refer to themselves that way. The only container that didn't spring a leak, or rather get a leak sprung into it, was this cannon vichyssoise. Cold armor and sleeves armor? Neat. These sadly ruined books all have titles like Solved Mysteries and Exciting Tales of Non-Violent Crime. We had a better class of true crime weirdo in the 20s. A sunken chest. What terrible secrets might it contain? Let's find out. Oh, it's a chest full of riches. Possibly cursed riches? Not that a possible curse is going to stop you from taking them, of course. Pile of silver bars. Neat. They'll sell. This box contains the exact right amount of air to make it float like this. Nature really is glorious. But this way we have... It no longer matters whether this machine's hooked up to the water supply or not. What is it, though? We left a scarf in here. It's the second wettest scarf you've ever owned. No further questions. Cool. 5 hot armor. It's hard to tell how rusty these barrels were before the basement flooded, but it's also not important that you know that. It's impossible to know this thing. Good thing you didn't want to. Okay, so I guess that's the Dauphin house. Neat. Okay, now we can go to the Monster Shack game. Your way is blocked by a full squad of mob thugs. 6 of them, including one particularly shady-looking guy wearing a colander. 2 of the goons are holding a barricade consisting of a 2x4 painted with yellow and black stripes. Hold it right there, pal. This here's a toll road, see? A toll road? That isn't even a road here? Yeah, we've increased the toll to compensate for that fact. 40 meters. Haggle. Look, fellas, usually a toll road comes with some guarantees of road maintenance and such. You haven't even swept this mud. Yeah, you got a point. Alright, 25, mate. Haggle more? 25 is still a lot considering the shoe shine I'm going to need after I get out of here. Being members of a certain professional organization, we do understand the importance of looking sharp. I'll make it 20 meat. Okay, but 20 meat is totally fair. I can't dispute that. Unfortunately, I'm a bit light. Would you take 10 meat and an IOU? Fine, 10 meat, but that IOU better be good. Yeah, right. It's weight in gold. Pay the wise guy 10 meat and the 2 goons lift the barricade to let you past. Nice doing business with you, pal. Good talk. The Monster Shack, no scout ticks. Hobo code. Code reads, these kids are alright. That's pretty heartwarming. How heartwarming, it has warmed my heart to the tune of 20 XP. Inside, you find not the decayed and crumbling tumble-down shack strewn with ancient wreckage that you were perhaps expecting, but an actually maintained and fairly clean tumble-down shack strewn with 12 to 14-year-old kids. What the? Hey, what are all you kids doing out here in the middle of this swamp? Why shouldn't we be? Because it's dangerous here? Yeah, but this is where the monsters are. That's why it's dangerous. Do you believe in monsters, lady? I believe the real monster is man. Specifically men. All 6 kids sigh and roll their eyes at you. Okay, I guess I deserve that. Do you believe in monsters or not? You can't join our monster squad unless you do. Yes, of course. Monsters, yes. It would be a real feat of cognitive dissonance otherwise. You mean you've seen them? Oh, for really real? Well, yeah. Which one? Which one? Vampires? Oh, those don't count. Those guys are just weird jerks. We're looking for real monsters. I don't understand what real means in this context. Big mood. Since you believe in monsters, you can join our monster squad. Otherwise, we can't tell you anything because it's secret. Sure. Great. It'll be nice to have someone who can reach the top shelf on all these old bookcases we scavenged. Is that it? I'm a member now? Yeah. We used to have a big ceremony where you had to repeat a vow and stuff, but it took too long, and we're all busy with our research. Come on in and have a look around. Will do. You're aware you have the Shadow Rift over here, right? I'll get to it. Let's be methodical. This kid's studying far more intently than you ever did at his age. What are you reading? It's about Neanderthals and other early hominids. Unfortunately, I'm not finding anything useful in here. What are you looking for? The honey ape? What now? You've never heard of it? It's a very famous monster. It's a hairy primate or primate-like creature that's smaller than a human, but with human-sized hands. Most of the legends call it Big Hands. But I'm pretty sure the Big Hands legends and the reports of honey ape sightings are referring to the same cryptid. That's interesting. I know it lives around here somewhere, I just haven't been able to find it yet. Side quest, I guess. I'll help. That'd be excellent, thank you. Here, I found some of its prints once and made a tracing. That might help you track it down. Try and get one of its fingernails as proof. How will a fingernail be proof? Because it'll be as big as a human fingernail, obviously. I'm convinced. You are assured that this is the handprint of the honey ape, and not just the handprint of a regular guy. Alright. You're eating cereal. Hi there? Hi. I don't mean to be rude, but what's your deal, kid? I'm a moss man. You are, huh? Okay, well, not really, but I want to be a moss man when I grow up. That's why I'm eating all this fertilizer. It's actually cornflakes, I'm just pretending. Okay, phew. Heh, yeah, I'm not crazy. People say I'm crazy for believing in the moss man, though, but I know he's real. I've seen him. What's a moss man? A man made of moss? Yep, he's all fuzzy and green. It's so neat. Oh, hey, you should go see him for yourself. Then if you bring back proof he exists, people won't think I'm weird anymore. Well, they might. But sure, yet more side quests. Right. Here, I'll mark the place on your map. It's called Moss Rock Grotto. If you see him, try to bring back some moss as proof, okay? Okay. What about you, chemistry girl? Preoccupied with repeatedly smelling 2 large test tubes. What do you got there? Perfume samples? Kinda. This one's a combination of hydrogen sulfide and methane. Common swamp gas, basically. Ew. What's the other one? Coffee. To clear the swamp gas smell out of my nose. Huh, okay. So, why? I'm researching a creature known as the smell of a wisp. I've only run into it once, but I have a good memory for smells, so I figure if I can match a smell, that particular chemical mix will tell me more about it. Smell of the what? Wisp. It's a cloud of intelligent swamp gas. Some people say it's the ghost of a dead chili cook-off judge, but I think there's probably a more scientific explanation. You're telling me you're looking for an intelligent... The girl gestures sternly at a sign over her workbench. No fart jokes. Oh, come on. Smell of the wisp. No. Well, I don't know what to say then. If you're willing to help instead of making puerile goofs, I could really use a sample to analyze. Okay, but can I use your equipment? Sure, just don't disturb any of my smells. We have so many crafting things, including a couple of miscellaneous chemicals so we can make fancy things. I'm going to grab the plus mysticality because that's my lowest stat and I want to be able to balance it. And probably just muscle up. Anyway, give me this side quest. Okay, I'll go find the smell of the wisp. Great, thank you. Here, take this. It should help you track the thing down. It's a nose trumpet. Like an ear trumpet, except you stick it up your nose, presumably. I just smell through this. Yeah, just follow your nose. Alrighty then. Also, I'm wearing the wrong hat. How dare I be wearing the wrong hat? Where's my... there. Signature welding mask. Big leather-bound tome sits on a pedestal here. Ask the assembled, I guess. What's this book? List of vampire nests. It's like 400 pages long. And lots of vampires in the swamp. If you want to help, you can always go clear some of them out. Okay, so this is just another combat hole for grinding. Just you fight vampires. What about you? This kid has a ball cap with a sinister-looking triangle on it, and is messing around with an elaborate homemade radio. I've got one of those. Hi there. Hi. Say, you're a grown-up. Can you help me with something? I'm not buying you any cigarettes. No, there's this swamp lady named Barbara Yarger. That's extremely good. Everybody says she's just a fairy tale, but I know she's real because I've seen her hut right here in the swamp. But I don't know if she's the sort of swamp lady who eats kids or not. Swamp lady? Well, I don't want to call her a swamp witch or a swamp hag or stuff like that. It'd be mean to judge her that way without having even met her. Yeesh, kids these days. Woke culture gone mad. Alright, I'll check her out. Great, thanks. Here, I'll mark her hut in your... sponge... map? Anyways, bring back feathers, prove you met her, okay? She has feathers. I mean, from one of her pet birds. Stories say she has a ton of them. How do you know it's not just an ordinary feather I found somewhere? Well, you seem like a trustworthy person. Now, would you need me to bring proof at all? Because that's how quests work. Come on. But what about the radio? You mentioned the radio. What's the radio for? Oh, this isn't related to Barbara Yarger or anything. I'm just trying to find a station so we can get some music in here. The reception in the swamp's terrible, though. I see. Any chance you can get WGCR? Can't seem to get any station right now, sorry. Yeah, it's okay. What's the hat triangle mean? Thanks, it's the Great Pyramids. One of them, anyway. Ever seen them? Only on your hat? Not personally. Well, maybe you will someday. Sure, who knows. What about you? This kid is peering at a terrarium filled with flies and occasionally tapping on the glass. Hi there, you into flies? Well, kinda. They're interesting once you get over the gross factor. But mostly, I'm just studying these because what I'm really interested in is the fly man. The fly man? Yeah, or maybe the man fly. I haven't decided which way is better yet. So, what is the fly man and or man fly? He's a scientist who moved into the old Plemberg place. I did a little spying on him, and I think he's trying to turn himself into a giant fly. Why would anybody want to do that? I don't know. That's what's so interesting about him. Huh. She looks at her feet and blushes a little. Also, he's really handsome. But now, you mean? Well, yeah. I'd really like to meet him, but I'm too shy. Can you help me out? Sure, why not? Oh, thank you. Here, I'll show you where the house is. Okay, I should unlock the old Flemberg place, which they've spelled differently. If you meet her, could you, bring me back a souvenir? Like what? Maybe, one of his chest hairs? Sure. Wow, this is just the home of the cryptid side quest. What about you? Where do you want me to go? Where do you want me to go even? Emphasis. I'm a voice actor. Messing around with some kind of weird mechanical contraption. Sure is. What's the thing you're making? I don't really know yet. I'm just kind of messing around with it because I'm taking a break from my main project. Hey, do you know anything about the Chupa Naranja? So many side quests, but worth it. I'll take your word. Well, and also I'll find out. No, I try to avoid spicy food. It gives me the hiccups. No, this is the kind of monster that eats oranges. It's supposed to be from way down south, but I know there's one in the swamp somewhere. Unfortunately, no matter what kind of trap I build, it keeps escaping. You want to try? Why not? Great. Feel free to use my workbench over there. I've got plenty of spare parts and stuff. If you manage to catch it, bring me back one of its nostrils as proof. Okay? How does that work? A nostril, not the whole head or pelt? Oh no, I don't want to kill it. Just prove that it's out there. Okay. Let's build a Chupa Naranja trap. Grab some scrap metal and construct a very basic animal trap. Would you like to make any refinements? Sure can. Tighten the spring. Adjust the torque. Tweak the trigger sensitivity. Add a battery, because sure. Connect a battery to a couple of random spots on the trap. That's sure to accomplish something. Likewise, a fuse. A couple of fuse. Just in case. Well, that's all the options we had. Carefully pick up the track and... Trap. And then carelessly drop it into your sack. I can read. Homemade Chupa Naranja trap. Dubious quality. A la chasse. Let's stick our hand in this shadow hole. Get a shadow milkshake. Yeah. Dozens of volumes of serial fantasy for young adults and older than average children. It's my bookshelf, you say. For instance, Mabel Mitchell and the Challenge of Glory. Or Susie Sanders and the Sword of Mystery. Or James Miller and the Sword of Flame. Or the Tales of Jester Williams and Arnold Diaz. Captain of Mystery, part 73. Am I twerking? Stop. A little sign on the table says Boris only. This character better be Boris, or there's going to be trouble. Can we pet Boris? Boris hisses at you. He must know you're an outsider. Hey, I'm a member of the club. They said so. Oh my god, my map is full of things. So many things. Well, I guess let's start knocking them out. To Barbara's hut. In a gloomy grove of sunken cypress trees, a well-muscled woman stands waist-deep in the opaque fog. Her hands rest on the pommel of a sword, its blade lodged in the mud. It catches your eye because it's not the type of thing you tend to see on the East Coast. Okay, but where would we go to more normally see these well-muscled women with swords? Just asking for a friend. No reason. What sword is that? This is the blade of your great aunt. Many moons ago, it was entrusted to my family for safekeeping. Now it is yours to reclaim for a cost. Great aunt? Have you forgotten your lineage, girl? Time was every tavern and meeting house kept a place by the fire for Hilda Bathflower. Why do I have to pay for my family's sword? Security granted by my... No, the security... Yeah, I just got out of a swamp. The security guaranteed by my family is unique. It comes with a great price. The great aunt knew this. It's why she placed the blade in our care. Alright, what's the cost then? In time I shall ask of you a boon, and you shall be obliged to grant it. I mean, for obvious reasons, I probably would have said yes anyway. I can do a boon. Muscle plus 5? That's deeply meh. Great. Sword has a satisfying heft. You can see why your great aunt liked it so much. But with it comes something quite unsatisfying. Something that makes you feel almost queasy and a little cursed. Womp gears. That's a very good pun. You guessed me? It's a simple magic binding you to your oath until such time as I have need of your service. On that day I will find you. Can we not just do this now? But she's gone. Slipped away into the dark waters of the swamp. That'd be a good sword. Really not that good. It's a great sword. But it better be a good great sword. Narrator. Anyway, here's Barbara Yagra's hut, and that's an excellent pun still. I forgot that I literally saw that name in the patch notes, and it was what sold me on buying this game. It isn't so much as a bird bath as a bird dirtier. Sure, nailed it. Thanks, narrator. But hey, we can fish in the dirt. A mud squelcher for our fish sack. A slimy noodlefish for our fish sack. Hate the swamp gears. Yeah, but I can appreciate the pun. A wetlands nasty bass. Is that a thing? This cattail looks different from most of the others. Yeah, there's a few there that have spots. And a big one. This cattail's huge. It's like a lion tail. So yeah, we presumably have like cat, lion, and leopard tails there. Hello, Barbara. Cautiously enter the spooky hut. Discover it's actually really nice inside. A young woman with a rather twig-oriented hat greets you. Oh, hello. Please come in. I don't get many visitors apart from the birds. I might be in the wrong place. Are you Barbara Yagra? That's correct. And you are? I'm Jimbit, Bathfly. A pleasure. Come in, come in. This place sure is full of birds. This chest set is nothing but rooks on one side and nothing but doves on the other. That sounds like quite a nice chest set. And a pun. We can cook in your oven though. Ha ha ha. I don't know why I'm saying that like it proved something, but ha ha ha. I don't know if we have a glow nut, but let's make one. A bed with a feather pillow. Awkward. Barbara's vanity. Let's indulge our vanity. Oh no, that's just looking at us in the mirror. Small bird bath. Ask Barbara. I've seen an indoor bird bath before. Oh, that was a gift. It's too small for my birds, though. Barbara, where's your accent going? But you don't just give your true name to swamp ladies, that's how you get more guests. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh, that's too bad. Wait, what do you mean it's too small for your birds? What very large birds do you have around? Barbara does not appear to have set out a feast for her crows. I understood that reference. Hello, Barbara. A really nice house. To be honest, I was expecting everything to be a lot more, witchy. Oh, you heard the old stories. Heh. Those were about my granny. She was really into croning. Croning? Being a crone. You know, all the really old, traditional magic stuff. She lived to be nearly 200 years old. When she passed, she left me this house and all her birds and so on. I see. Is that why you're here? Chasing the old legends of Barbara Yagra? Not exactly. a kid who's into the old stories, but he was afraid you might be the child-eating kind of witch, so he sent me instead. That's adorable. I don't think I've ever eaten a child, but there's no telling what was in Granny's stews. I'm not sure if that was meant as a joke, or... Sure. Let's go with that. Anyway, I'm supposed to take back a feather to prove I've met you. Okay. I can't just give you one, though. Are you sure? Yes, sorry. I have to give you some kind of test first. It's a traditional thing. What sort of test? Well, it's a lot of work keeping this room clean, wiping the birds and all. I'm getting behind on my other chores. Ugh, chores. Or you can fight me. Fight you? Granny trained all these birds to be killers, but I haven't exactly been out looking for trouble like she used to do. They could use some exercise, you know? Sure, why not? Oh no, they're casting bird spells! Okay, so we can't actually attack Barbara. And they all have 26 HP, that's a bunch. Okay, well let's free for all. Do I have any items that do area damage? Clarinet only debuffs one of them. Fire bombs only hit one of them for some reason. Stink bombs, 5 damage to all. Sure, why not? Yes, Barbara, I know you're invulnerable. Or at least I assumed as much. Okay, I have 2 AP left. Well, balls will take you down most of the way. If I'd actually targeted that one, I could take you down the rest of the way. Well, good effort. Great enthusiasm. And now I can just hit one of them for 22. Tenderized, nerd. Okay, we're gonna be practicing that once you've healed. And you're buffing your birds? Rude. Also, why is it saying it's causing physical damage, but we're actually taking spooky damage? So we can poison the birds for 11. Heal somebody for 8, or reduce all foes' moxie by 3. I mean, they're base 1, so I don't think it matters. When does poison take effect? Is it the first start or end of the turn? I can't remember. Everyone's HP looking like Heal Taylor. The other way, but sure. They have such a variety of bird spell animations. Couldn't have hit the one you could kill, honestly. Okay. That one's on 14, coincidentally just right to get killed by ball. Oh, come on, you could totally have dodged that. And then tenderize one? To death? Yikes, it's a good thing these birds are magical. I was going to give Maverick a little boost. Well, not now, because we possibly killed him. Professor Adams? Professor, heal thyself. I like that there's a separate animation for that. A lot of bleeding going on. Attack the one you can kill, Taylor! Love having enough regen to basically cancel out this bleeding. But luckily, Taylor not attacking the one she could kill means It's weak enough for me to ball. Gosh, that was a little more brutal than I was expecting. Well, that's the real world, lady. Where I hit birds with a hammer and have no regret. Clearly we need more practice on defense. I was going to give Jester a little boost. Heal this worm. Still the other way. Lose more health. Taylor actually killed the bird. Oh no, that was my... I love all my birds equally. And then just tenderize this one to death. Good job, you win. You won. Barbara dusts herself and tends to her bird's wounds. Wow, nice job. That was a real workout. Here you go. You earned it. Got a Barbara Yagra feather, and also a jaunty feather to add 3 range damage to a hat. Sure. Well, that happened. Barbara's humming a little tune to her birds. Also, there's a trapdoor here. Probably shouldn't mess with this trapdoor without Barbara's permission, and presumably all her birds' permissions too. Nothing else I can do in here? There might have been interesting things if I'd actually done her chores, but instead we just did combat. Tell you what, that combat seems like an excellent time for us to take a short break, so hang tight. I need to go and get up and move around and do the self-care things. You should do them too. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack. Take your meds if you need to. This is a reminder. And yeah, go and... I was about to say go and fight a woman in a swamp. Don't do that. Or do, I'm not your mum. But whatever you do, let the ads run while you do it. Genuinely help. And I will be back in a few minutes with more Shadows over Loathing as we continue to find all the cryptids in this swamp. Alright, love to you all. See you in a few. And we're back. Hello everyone. Yeah, so we got the Barbara Yagra feather. Right. Now I want to do the Mossman thing, I guess. A flash of light cuts through the trees. The glare passes, and then you see it poking its head out above the canopy. Telescope. Well, you fancied a telescope ever since you were a young girl. You'd press your nose to the window of the telescope shop for hours until the proprietor would run out and threaten to tan your glutes with a tripod. Make your own jokes. Ah, we have the opportunity to argue with the narrator again. The narrator does not know us at all. I can think of something else. That never happened to you? Funny, it's a pretty universal experience. Anyway, the telescope's up there in the trees if you want it. We'll get to it. Nah, fine, telescope. This map is getting crowded. I don't wish to touch Professor Adams. A bald cypress, so tough and tall, it's no surprise some fellow has chosen to make of it a tree home. Shout. Hello? Hey, miss, why don't you keep walking, huh? This here's Will Hunter's tree house, and the rule is there ain't no grown-ups allowed. Despite the fact that I sound like I'm about 40. Who are you? Will Hunter, I said. What's up there? Don't taint anything, swear it. You don't want to see anyways. Yeah, I do. You'll tell. No, I won't. You promise? Sure. There's a pause in which Will apparently thinks it over. Nah, you wouldn't want to see anyways. What's your story, Will? Ain't much to tell. I ain't all that interested, miss, I swear, not city folk like you noways. I'm not city folk. Ever seen a pig birth? Yes. Bet you ain't seen half as many as me, though. How many pig births have you seen, Will? Well, I reckon about 70, man. Did you live on a pig farm? Because that seems reasonable. What are you doing in the swamp? Nothing special. Same things every boy gets up to, I reckon. Do I want to know what that is? I ain't telling anyways. Can you let me up? No girl ever been in Will Hunter's treehouse, and I ain't fixing to break that streak. Not for nothing. God, even in the midst of the 1920s swamp, gender comes for us. Oh, you need to let me out. That's so? Well, what's in it for Will? Aiding my vital mission against the forces of evil. Mission, huh? That like a job? I ain't got no job, miss, and I need one. I'm fixing to get by in life through general scampery. Plus, we can know what help you up the tree. Maybe I have to think of something else. I mean, we can just climb the tree. We are larger and birch. Enough of this. It's time to clasp your robust limbs around the trunk of the wet, shedding cypress, which is like 4 times as wide as we are, but sure, and begin to shimmy. Hey now, this is a private treehouse. Stop or I'll tan you till you can't stand up. We'll take that risk. Well, there's no boy in this treehouse at all, only the large and sagging features of a human face sunk into the tree's very trunk. Surely that can't be young Will Hunter. And weird. Oh, well, I reckon now tain't no keeping you from seeing my plight. I've been wicked, miss. What happened to you? I must tell. I mean, that can't possibly be true. The great tree sighs, shedding scraps of bark that drift to the treehouse floor. Well, you ever hear of a doctor? Do you know what that is? Yes, well, I know what a doctor is. Heck, why'd you want to be so mean for? I reckon most people you go and ask, they couldn't tell you one thing about what a doctor does. I only ever met one doctor, Dr. Wiss. Lived on the same street as my step-aunt. One morning, he paid me 6 bits to paint his fence. Well, heck, I swear I was fixing to do it, miss, but I heard there was an interesting trout down the river, a little wider than average, but not very wide, just the way Will Hunter likes. How can a boy resist? Are you asking me? I feel this may be rhetorical. No, I'm telling you, miss. Will Hunter couldn't resist a gander at a trout, and any boy who says he could is lying. Anyways, Dr. Wiss, he wasn't real pleased, and to teach me a lesson, he went and cursed me to be a tree. I'm pretty sure that's not what doctors generally do. How did he turn you into a tree? Don't ask Will Hunter how. All I know is doctors, they got all kinds of powerful tools. Tweezers, high chart, couldn't be used to anything. What was meant to be the lesson? That I ought to paint fences if I says I'm fixing to. Yeah, that seems reasonable. About all I can think of. Can you end this curse? Well, that doctor told me I'd be a tree till I can make good by painting a bunch of fences all around town. Hard enough for me to do like this, I'll tell you. Sure, I could do that for you, I guess. Oh, miss, paint fences? You wouldn't want to do that. Sure, but what can I bilk you out of for it? See, that's a thought. Why, I got all sorts of treasure, miss, from gold bars to them pirate coins. You help me out on this one, I'll give you the most valuable thing I own. Risk. Sure. The wind picks up and snaps off a few weak twigs, but Will doesn't seem to mind. Say, that's real swell. Thanks a lot, miss. That doc who cursed me had a nice white picket fence, and he said something like, Will Hunter gotta paint 3 more fences just like his or he'll be a tree forever. Paint 3 fences. Got it. You can get my paints and brush out of my knapsack. I'd just hand them to you, but I am a tree. Cool. Can you put down a ladder? It'll make things easier. Suppose I can. Ain't a ladder in the way you and I know it, though, but a part of this tree that I can sort of waggle around. If I were still a boy, I reckon you'd say it's like my fingers, or nostrils. Will Hunter extends his long, arborescent fingers and/or nostrils through the hole in the treehouse back to the swamp floor. You should be able to climb down those nostrils now. I'll see you around, Will. That hasn't gone the way I expected, but then nor is anything in this game. It's a Puck knapsack, the favourite brand of rascals and imps. Got Will's paint and brush. Take care of those, will you? That long-handled brush belonged to a grandfather. Your grandfather? Don't think so. Sure, I'll keep an eye out for fences. Much obliged. When he reaches a certain age, a boy loses his enthusiasm for hoarding rocks in a treehouse. This is called the death of innocence. Jesus. Telescope is a gateway lens that often leads to the use of binoculars. In the distance, everything you see through the telescope is, in the distance, a plume of black smoke rises above the treetops. The swamp has failed to elect a pope this night. Yeah, that's much easier. More side areas. Okay, so I need to keep an eye out for fences, I guess. Possible we've already seen some. Let's check out this plume of smoke, I guess. So, this patch of muddy ground has a lot of tracks in it that look like human handprints. Well, except for the fact that humans don't normally walk around on their hands. Maybe there's an acrobat convention in the middle of a swamp. Oh, what was the thing that one kid was talking about? The honey ape? Oh, maybe there's something to that after all. Sure, let's track it, I guess. Jeez. The more you look, the more of a confusing, trampled mess these tracks are. Seems like there are different sets of tracks heading in different directions. How many thumbs do you say the thing has again on one hand? I mean, it was a whole thing of how it looked just like a human hand, so I'm going to say 1. And how many fingers was it? 4. You follow the prints to a clearing in the middle of a small stand of trees, and to your surprise, you find an animal pretty much like the honey ape the kid described, like a somewhat larger chimpanzee or a very small gorilla, with disproportionately large and human-like hands. Thanks, Michelle Gondry. It's sitting on the ground, casually drinking out of a beehive. Doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. Sneak, sneak. You successfully creep up on the unsuspecting primate. You run out of trees and brush to hide behind before you get close enough to really do anything. And we're not quite smart enough currently. Heck with it. Fight time. And some swarms of bees? 9 poison? 9? And monkey screaming noises? This is the best day ever. Okay, so it's based on muscle. And melee attacks against it will inflict poison. Well, I don't care, because you have 14 HP, which means balls. Having 3 AP and all these combat skills seems extremely powerful. Oh, and the honey ape only has 10 HP. Well, let's just hit it with this hammer. Congratulations, we killed the cryptid. You won! Honey ape's unconscious state, let's go with that, makes it much easier to pull off one of its fingernails. It's a totally normal sized fingernail. Marvel at it. Great. Oh! It's from Largemouth Bass and Sons. The truck that disappeared. And totally wasn't taken by kids eloping. Cab door hangs limply from its hinges. Open. Truck's been abandoned for some time. There's nobody inside unless they're very small and hiding. Are they? Small and hiding? No. Okay. There's seats. A newspaper left on the passenger seat is open to the classifieds page. Circles are advertisements for Mr. Rat's Hotel for Working Women and the dog. Well, take that. You don't need it. It's yesterday's news. But actually, I have a button for that. Let's look under the seats, I guess. The gas tank is located underneath the driver's seat, which has the advantage of lowering the truck's centre of gravity. True. The gas tank is empty, which has the disadvantage of the truck not working. That will also happen. You also notice a tiny glint of metal. Ooh, we can open something back at the bass place. Anything on the back of this? There's nothing amphibious about this track. Nope. Black smoke billows from the cowl. That engine's cooked. Hey, let's eat it. Can't eat something just because it's cooked. Eat the engine. Far too large to eat. Eat. It's just not possible to eat an engine. Tara says otherwise. Eat. It would kill you even to try. Eat. Girding yourself against the overbearing heat, you wrench open the cowl and peer through the smoke. Only to find that someone's beaten you to it. The engine's already been eaten. Next chance I get, I'm eating an engine. Yeah. I love how it's just become a through line of this, is just fighting the narrator for no real reason. I mean, I guess we're closest to the old Flembo place, so we can find the man-fly. A spot of colour in this drab swamp catches your eye, and you find a pile of withered orange husks in front of a shallow cave. This must be the lair of the Chupanaranja. Fortunately, there's no home right now. Or maybe since you aren't an orange, it wouldn't be dangerous to you anyway? That almost certainly isn't true. You might say you're being truculent. Hey, I have this button too. You're welcome. Well, let's set a trap. You set your trap and hide behind a nearby bush to wait for your prey. After a while, you start to get very bored, and remember that people who hunt with traps don't typically sit and wait for the prey to show up. Instead, they leave. Come back later. That's kind of the whole point of animal traps. Alright, let's leave. Come back later. Here we are at the Flemberg place, where, yep, Flem. Rifle through the mailbox. You casually commit a federal crime. Also, there's a fence here. And 15 XP. That looks pretty clean to you. Some viscous goo has rendered this house entirely decorative. Gotta love a decorative house. Gas generator is providing power to the barn in exchange for pastoral ambience. Hello. I'll be with you in a second. Looks like Flemberg's a fan of crates, barrels. Glass case with 2 giant, horrible flies in it. Oh, we need her to fly as well. We'll get to you. Hey, how's it going? Barley hanging in there. This guy cared about these tools, he probably wouldn't have left them on the floor. Finders keepers. You find and keep something. Next to the workbench, there's a pile of much smaller workbenches. There's so many, you surely wouldn't mind. We have a tiny workbench now. Presumably for our room. Workbench covered in tools. I think 10 physical to all enemies is a good thing to have around. Casually make a nuclear bomb. This ship contains a lot of things that you don't know what they are or what they do. A bench of welding tools and supplies. Crazy controls for the crazy contraption, you probably shouldn't mess with them until you touch the guy inside the machine. Very small man inside the machine is clearly trying to get your attention. Well, now that I've looked at everything else in this barn, sure. Hi. I'm Jembert. Need help? I absolutely need help, thank you. My name's Flemberg, Paul Flemberg. I moved back into my parents' old house here because no one would give me lab space for my experiments. Turned out an assistant would also have been nice to have. What are you trying to do? Improve myself. You know, better, faster, stronger, at least one of those. But I put the wrong settings in the control console and all that happened was that I shrank. Can't just change the settings. This door doesn't open from the inside. Yeah, I didn't think it through. Okay, well, I can just let you out. No. Opening the door will depolarize the booth, and it takes months for the field emitters to recharge. Not to mention the fact that I have to collect all new supplies of genetic material. So the door can only be opened once. Geez, you really didn't think this through. What should I do then? You'll have to fix the settings on the console. Ampod in chat, hey, looking at work so I can't listen, but I want to stop by and support. Well, thank you very much, although you can't hear me say that. But the support and the follow, very much appreciated. What should I set it to? Clearly, if I knew that, I wouldn't have put the wrong ones in myself. Just make me better before you open the door. Better than what? Better than a normal guy. I don't know, I spent so long thinking about how I could build this machine. I didn't have any time left to think about why I built it. Sure, I'll see what I can do. Let's mess with the controls. The screen above the labels reads body, Flamberg, head, Flamberg, lungs, Flamberg, pituitary, fly, hat, fly. Well, that's your problem, is you need a Flamberg hat. Yep, there you go, problem solved. He's wearing a nice hat. Okay, let's not be mean. Flip pituitary will presumably turn him back to the right side. Yep. Seems to be 100% Flamberg at this point. Okay, well, this is just the normal me like before I even got in here. This is exactly what I do not want. Alright, you told me that. Okay, so... What did the fly hat do? It took the hat away because flies don't wear hats. Got it. So... What if you just had the lungs of a fly? Scowling at me. Flamberg flaps his mouth a few times, but doesn't seem to be able to speak. The way he's breathing seems pretty uncomfortable too. Yeah, square cube law not working for you in this case. What if I gave you the body of a fly? Don't like that. Oh god, one sec, I'll try again. No, wait, this one is pretty great actually. What? I can fly, and I have the proportionate strength of a fly scaled up to human size. What's not to love? Oh, if it's what you want, I guess. Sure. Heck yeah, I can't wait to get up to all kinds of giant fly stuff. Well, before you go, I need to get a chest hair off for you. Do I still have those? Okay, well, whatever, sure. Thanks, I probably just don't want to know. I'm out, see ya! Bye. Well, at least he's gone. Love that. Yeah. Yeah. Hate all of that. How much XP do I have? 183, that's a lot. Well, we may as well save up for the mysticality thing. Can't do anything with this Fisk do. But hey, I got to paint a fence, I guess. Wish I knew where the rest of the fences were. Is that going to be one of the Dauphin house? You're browsing your way through the swamp, taking a sniff through your nose trumpet now and then. The swamp smells terrible. I mean, a swamp is literally just standing water and rotting compost of the biome, so it's not like that's news or anything, but you wouldn't be surprised if this swamp was at least nominated for World's Worst Smelling Swamp. Oh, God in heaven, what is that? It smells like a rotten egg mated with a tire fire, and the egg the tire fire laid also went rotten. Squinting through the tears, you see a patch of brown air hovering nearby. That must be the smell of the wisp the kid was looking for. Okay, well, we're not stench armored enough to grab it, so follow at a safe distance. You follow at a safe breathing distance as the smell of the wisp bobs and weaves through the fetid marsh. Eventually it comes to rest on a rotting tree stump, and you sneak up quietly behind it. Just as you're about to grab a sample, 3 gator men casually stand up from where they were crouched in the knee-deep water around you. Jeez. Well, we have the option to not immediately go to combat mode, so I think it's a lovely day. The gatormen beat the hell out of you. By the time you wake up, the smell of the wisp is long gone, and we have a twisted ankle. An ankle injury is worth -1 pairs of sunglasses. That's just maths. Dang it. Okay, so I should get some stench armor on, is what you're telling me. There is a fence here. Yeah, if I switch this for... Will this give me enough stench armor? Because it also gives me that moxie part. No, that only takes me to 4. And that's a +3. So a +5 would take me to 6, which is still not enough. Huh. Everything... Maximize stench armor. Could just drink some fish and soda. No, I guess I'll have to put this gas mask on. Gross. Yeah, I don't like that at all. But hey, there's a fence here. One fence left. Where else might have a fence? I guess we have to check everywhere. Fences are also scattered through time and space. So what, I have to go back to the past of Act 2? For real? Ugh. Do I track that down now? I guess I do. Oh, the press wants to talk.
One moment, please. Do you smell that?
No. Well, maybe something's a little off.
There's a distinct odor of rotting meat nearby, but with some unusual undertones. Since my unbronzing, I've been quite unable to smell anything at all. Something in the chemical makeup of this odor must have reactivated my nasal abilities. Do you believe it would behoove me to investigate further?
You want to investigate rotting meat stink? Probably just a dead bear carcass or something.
Nevertheless, the spirit of inquiry is one to which I have devoted my life's work.
Okay, I guess we're doing this now. Go have fun.
The Morphophallus titanium. Thou art said to grow only in far off Sumatra.
Smells awful even from way over here.
Never smelled a sequel. Thank God. Incredible! It's more than 12 feet tall. The tallest recorded specimen was only a 10-footer.
Breathe deep.
My word! What a combination of unpleasantly odoriferous chemicals. That means it stinks, then yeah, I can't even describe it. You allow me an attempt? Fascinating. I believe I detect dimethyl trisulfide, isulfuric acid, and trimethylamine. What's that mean? These are the chemicals that produce the smells of Limburger cheese, sweaty socks, and rotting fish, respectively. And I can smell them. It's medical. I'm gonna go throw up everything I've ever eaten in my entire life.
But hey, the processed chemicals will be more effective. Love that for me. Bye.
What an invigorating little adventure for the mind and the sinuses. You ready to return?
Sure. Hi, Professor. Enjoy your rotting bear carcass?
In fact, disclosed that the odor was revealed to be a marvelous specimen of Morphophallus titanium.
More for what now?
Known in the vernacular as the corpse flower. Quite marvelous.
I don't know what to say about that, other than I'm glad you had a good time. And it didn't take long. Okay. So presumably, like, in the past of Sandwich? Vampires? You push through the woods and into a small clearing and discover a group of 3 vampires, because apparently you aren't allowed to discover anything good in any of these clearings. Well, I'd say 3 vampires, but there's 1 vampire, 1 bat, and 1 small cloud, so it could just be a vampire, her pet bat, and the leftovers of a bean's lunch. I assure you, we are all 3 vampires. Oh, crap, she heard me. Hi. What's the deal here? Are you demonstrating the vampire evolutionary line or something? But, you know, like the bat evolved out of the cloud and then the humanoid vampire evolved out of the bat? No, is the bat a caveman vampire? No, if anything, this is more like the 3 states of vampire matter. What? You know, solid, liquid, and gas. That's for a liquid? Look, the metaphor is not a perfect one. Are we going to fight or what? Now we're going to keep talking. Honestly, I'd rather keep talking about vampire physics. This is interesting. If you three are solid, liquid, and gas, that implies the existence of a fourth kind of vampire, right? Look, I already said it's not imperfect. Well, actually, yes, now that you mention it, there is a fourth kind of vampire. A plasma vampire? Yes, when a vampire is destroyed by sunlight, they sometimes become a high-energy but short-lived vampiric spirit, which we call a mohoi. Which, now that you mention it, is rather analogous to the plasma state of matter. Neat. Well done. I never thought of this before. You're very intelligent for a human. Oh, hey, I was just kind of stalling for time, to be honest. But maybe bats are liquid. Everyone turns and looks at the bat, who shrugs, wordlessly. I should go find some other vampires with which to discuss the implications of this. Good evening, human. The vampires disappear into the woods, leaving behind the remains of their picnic. Neat. You'll laugh if I've now unlocked the ability to be attacked by Moroi. I mean, it seems likely. Sweet. That worked. So... no unpainted fences in the present. This walk cycle and this gas mask. Bad. Bad combo. Don't care for it. I don't remember if there was still something we were waiting on here. Okay. No fences there. No fences. Okay, damn it. Clearly there's somewhere else in the past. I mean, the pet store was owned by other people. A squirrel chatters angrily at you from a nearby hollow tree, presumably trying to scare you away from its stash. Real tactical mistake on its part, since now you know where its stash is. It scampers away as you peer into the hole. You find not just the expected nuts, but also several wallets? Ah, this squirrel been mugging hikers. Maybe you should get out of here before it comes back with a knife. Yeah, sure. Okay, the pet store has a fence. I need to get them to move the toilet here. Do we want to buy some blue cola? I think I'm good. Anything in the meat return slot? Hey, 5 meat. No. Hello? No, wait, I have to ask in the past, don't I? Something nuts. Thanks. Nailed it. At the pet store? Bait shop? Sure, yes, that. Bye. Alright, that's your past soap over there. Here's your chance to hand over that crate of old badges. I don't have them. Oh yeah, shit, you haven't got the crate from Charles Wallace yet. Yeah, I guess you'll have to avoid your past self for now. Sure will. That loop can go unclosed for the moment. To the past. Aha! A fence, thank you for the hint. Spell work. Real spell work, that's once, twice, 3 times a picket fence painted to turn a tree boy back to a real one. I should be pleased. I don't know, being a tree seems interesting. Also, how much XP do we have now? 220? Yeah. Matter over mind. If you refuse to acknowledge pain isn't real. Still counts for the no pain, no gain equation, though. Excellent. And more maximum HP. Love this for me. Takes us up to 767. Okay, bus stop to the Big Moist. Oh, hello. You're just here now. Hold on, are you Tom and Kathy? Oh god, which way around were they? Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy? Boy nods slightly. You can see that you put in the work to remember their surnames, and though you may be at cross purposes, respect must be paid. Who wants to know? I've been looking literally everywhere for you. Really? Lots of times when folks say literally, they're not using it right. When people say it's literally raining on my wedding day, they're not talking about actual rain. They're not? No. What are they talking about then? Garbage. They mean trash is being pelted at them on their wedding day. But they say it's raining on my wedding day. It's literally raining on my wedding day, yeah. What if there's garbage and it's not your wedding day? I don't know, I'm not an encyclopedia. Hope that answered all your questions. We're on the next bus out. Your folks think you were kidnapped and or eaten. That's so utterly typical. They can't even conceive that someone might not want to live the same small little largemouth bass life that they do. It's not even a life. Not for us, it's not. The kind of life we want to live. It's only possible in the city. What kind of life is that? Please, I am also not an encyclopedia. There are many things I don't know. Thank you for the hydrate and stretch reminders, though. For an example, I think. I don't know. We're gonna start a business making wigs for judges. I don't think judges wear wigs in this country. It's gonna be an international company. That's where the money is, if you know anything about business. Okay, but is that a real job? You. Don't be rude. God, I'm sorry, but got it. I mean, that's like asking if cobbling is a job. Is cobbling a job? Now, you're not gonna get me with that again. No, but I need to take you back to your parents. Hell to that. You need to take us back like a bass needs bones. We're not going back, pal. Not ever. Largemouth Bass and Sons is a trap. All we can ever do there is repeat the same old toxic patterns that our fathers did, our grandfathers did. Debone the fish, rebone the fish, debone the fish. What's the point? It's a mindless life, and it's never gonna change. No, pal. Not for us. Better to die in poverty than to live a largemouth bass deboner or reboner. And now the sound drops out because I have to ban bots. Honestly. Yeah, unfortunately I had to bring you home. Listen, friend. We're not going back. There's nothing and nobody that can make us. If I say fine, I tried, can I come back when I pump my moxie? Let's assume yes. What? Oh. What? Ah! Hello. No. No. Occam's Gator, you have no power here. Wait, Occam's Gator is the real guy. Occam's Gator is... why, he's the bane of our lives. Our family's lives. Haunted us. Tortured us before I was even born. What does he want? Fuck. Did you just say Bok? Miserable. Fuck. We will be miserable if we go back. Gated sneers. To your surprise, the beast apparently has no intention of killing or eating the children, but means to return them home to Largemouth Bass and Sons. Why? Why would it care? You want them to be miserable? Oh, yes. Miserable. Fuck. I don't know what Occam's Gator wants except our whole family to be miserable. I don't know why else he torments us. What's your problem? Misery. You just want to cause misery. But misery. Oh, to Largemouth Bass and Sons specifically. Why, exactly? God. What? God? Misery. God. You have a god that wants to cause misery to largemouth bass and sons?
Amen.
What's your god's name?
Occam's Gate.
Bass Misery is my new... Well, Bass Misery in this case is my new country band. Yeah, just never specify which way it's to be pronounced. Now, you leave these kids alone. Thank you, but there's no shaking Occam's Gate when he's got his mind set to a thing, and I remember how his voice sounded.
Mine.
There's got to be a way we can work this out.
5.
Well, apart from that...
Misery.
But what if I change your mind with my moxie? The monster abides by his own obscure ethos, but perhaps you can outthink him. If you let them go, you'll cause more misery to their families. Largemouth Bass and Sons is totally reliant on these children to prop up their failing company. The whole thing's a joke. Without Tom and Kathy, it'll all slide slowly but irrevocably into a long, painful era of decline over which looms the grim terminus of business death. That's true. Occam's Gator seems to be giving it some thought. Just something to consider. A slow smile creeps around across Occam's Gator's face and keeps on growing until it's made a complete ring around his head. Okay, but more important question, can you teach me to do that? Okay, bye. Lots of mildly upsetting animals around here. I don't know what to say. Nobody's ever stood up to that thing before. Dad even tried giving him a cut of the business to leave us alone. You mean what you said, though? Think the business will fail without us? I mean, yeah, probably. Huh. We're doing the right thing. I was 100% sure of that when we left. I'm now 98% sure, which is... that's still very high. You can already grin like that personally? You will have to teach me. Yeah, that's pretty high. Well, thanks, lady, anyway, for getting Arkham to take a hike. I know it's not much, but would you want this? Free sample? We got a judge's wig. Neat. Judges wear these wigs to keep their hair from influencing the case. That's just true. Enjoy that, but mind you don't combine it with the jury's wig and the executioner's wig. Nobody should have that much power. Hold on just now. Are you still trying to take us back to largemouth bass? Are we? Or do we want to let these kids have their fun and basically declare war on the company? No, go, be free. Get the bus, I give you my blessing. Thank you, sister. Huh? Oh, you said blessing, so I just assumed. No, it's fine. It's still nice to have your blessing anyway, thanks. Have a good life, lady. I know we will. Bye. It's been an eventful wait for the bus, sure has. We should probably go back to that last place to tell them about it, but also we should check on this tree boy. Distant frog sounds become less distant frog sounds, and you find yourself very close to a lot of frogs. We'll check those out in a minute. At the frog bog. That's not very close at all. This is a bad map. Many a girl has been radicalized up in the old secret treehouse. Okay, that's why you didn't sound young. Got it. Ah. Well, now that's funny. Earlier there wasn't an old bushy-bearded man in the treehouse. Now there is. Not ha-ha funny, perhaps, but ha-ha? Ha-ha? Why, miss, it's me. It's Will Hunter. Oh, it worked. You lifted the curse with nothing more than some paint and a brush. Hard hat? I feel like laughing too. I ain't never been so full of joy. Not ever. You right? Alright? Look at me. I can waggle my toes and waggle my nose. I got bones in my hips and blood in my lips. I'm a boy again. I got old flesh back, miss. Ain't never been better. I'm not going to criticize his speech. Also, this just sounds like it's going to turn into Pencil Full of Lead by Paolo Nutini. Well, that's great, Will. Only thing is, I still got tree sap coming out when I sneeze, but that's a different curse. Can I help with that one? No, the thing is, that curse can only be lifted with the power of imagination, which, as an adult, you've lost. Wow, okay. Rude. Why are you old? Old? Well, Hunter, old? I'll tell you what, miss, you're only as old as you feel. How would you feel? Early 70s. Will pats his gaunt stomach. Suppose I have pecked on the years. Kept on growing up while I was in that tree. Some ways I was probably better off staying in a tree, because then I could live just about forever. Now I gotta be a human. That's how I do my mischief. What mischief? Various mischiefs. Can I have an example? May have skipped out on Sunday school once or twice. Anything else? Stole a horse station. What's a horse station? Yeah, 'cause it ain't there no more. Anyway, I request we talk for reward. Crystal? I ain't forgotten. I promise you my greatest treasure, and here it is, the shiniest thing I got. A sure enough crystal. Put in the hydrator now, because by the time you're done with Will, it will have been much talking. I'm drinking some more. Like, with this big old marble, you'd be the envy of every 19th century boy. Or even an understanding boy would probably hold out for something a little shinier than this. Just sell it. Thanks again for painting them fences. I thought you said this was a crystal. That's what Will Hunter calls marble. That one's a real good specimen. You can play with it, keep it in your pocket, or put it in your mouth to talk worse. If that was a thing you wish to do, I suppose. What you do now? Been a while, but I seem to remember that on the day I was supposed to whitewash that fence and instead went trout fishing, I was also due down to the courthouse to help a man wrongly accused of murder. How long ago was that? In July. Yeah? Well, I'd say 1876. Cool, it's 1928. Yikes. Right now, I shouldn't stop for breakfast then. Yeah, let's hope no trout distract you on the way there. Why, you heard about some? Let's make like a tree. And split. I'm not saying that line. Well, okay, we got a marble. Let's deliver the bad news. Suddenly, silently, a flock of shadowy bats fly up out of the swamp, leaving not a single ripple on the surface of the water as they do so. It is quite frankly the gothiest thing you've ever seen in your life, and you've probably fought actual vampires by now. Yep, that's very goth. I mean, they're very animated for gothy bats. You'd think there'd be a lot more. Free for all. Okay, so they have the thing where they can't take more than 5 physical damage at a time, but throw is 2 hits, so that'll kill you. Or... yeah, exactly. Liquid bats. We've established this. Ball. And then tenderize. Yeah, they are both liquid and shadow. It's some kind of condensate. Wow, they hit like a train. I probably should have poisoned them, because that would have been enough to kill one of them, I think. What do I have that's not physical damage? Not a huge amount. And it's Moxie that they're based on. I mean, I could nuke it. That's something, I guess. Noogie the Shadow Bat is my Darius Rucker cover band. Shadow Bat's how the goths eventually get liquid eyeliner. Exactly. Oh no. poison you for all of your health. Okay, poison hits at the start of the turn. This is how I learn. You won. Get back to your Bauhaus album cover, you stupid bats. Cool. Thank you for saving the day, Professor Adams. That's a highly improper god I have to take issue. Well, you know, there's room for all kinds in this channel. How much XP do I now have? I mean, I could just finish this. I don't know how to get to the bottom of a rock. Me too, you. Turn it over. Ha ha ha! We have all 16 of our basic skills. So when do we get to take a prestige class? Hello. Where were we here? Pirate voices? Too late, friend. Tom's gone. I've received a telegram from him with the news that he's in the big city, thriving as the head of his own business, manufacturing wigs for judges. Wait, he's already set up a business. It's already thriving! Yes, it's fast, I know, but judges' wigs are a gold mine. I can tell you don't have business instinct, or you recognize that right away. Sorry about your son. You know, I'm actually proud of him. Always thought he was a dreamer. Never realized he had those killer instincts for business. He's a good sort, Tom. Maybe I've been unfair to him. Are you worried about the future of the business without him? Profession's only an issue if I die, wouldn't you agree? That's far from inevitable. Especially if I invest in a good helmet. Cool. Also, Occam's Gate is real. I talked to him. In the shower, yes. No. That's just mostly where I see him. Okay, bye. Can I pet this cat yet? There we go. As you approach, the cat raises a quizzical eyebrow. I don't know what you're talking about. I certainly didn't have anything to do with helping Tom Chapman and Kathy Tracy flee their largemouth bass fishing fathers. On my shirt. The cat only chuckles in response. What's your name, girl? The cat points to his collar. Charybdis. Oh, didn't even need to ask, I guess. Charybdis. The loyalty of fisher cats is not easily won, but once it is won for life. Currently we have +1 Moxie, but we could get +20% item drops. Heck, Charybdis. Unfortunately, that's about all that loyalty's good for. Cool. Also, can we get into the other rooms? Mess hall? Captain's quarters? No. Can I go through this door? No? Okay. What about you? Adam Tracy, that's it. Don't you dare show your face around here. You dithered, and now Kathy is lost. I received a telegram from her. Now she's throwing her life away, chasing the Judgewick dreams of youth. Why is my first option, can I marry into your family? Anyway, sorry about your daughter. I only hope she'll realize the mistakes she's made. Her mother always told her, don't throw away your life for a man like I did. What, meaning you? Now that you mention it, no wonder. Any chance I can still get that fishing rod? Would sooner give it to the bass themselves. Fair enough. God knows what they'd do if the fish got their flippers on that sort of technology, though. I don't mind telling you, I'd think we'd be dead in a week. Working for them. Okay, can I marry into your family? No. I'm afraid we're all spoken for. Nothing personal. Instead, in the largemouth bass business, marriages are arranged from a very young age. It's political. You understand. Are you concerned about the future of the business without Kathy here? A setback, as we've always done, but our plan to rebrand as Largemouth Bass and Sons and Daughter will have to be put on hold. Pity. The name rolls off the tongue, which would be appropriate, but that's how we slide fish's bones out. Gross. Anyway, Occam's Gate is real, just FYI. Yeah, I know. Goodbye. Oh yeah, that's why it was. We couldn't go into the Tracy family's chambers without marrying into the family. Ah, but now we have the key from the truck. Also, can we pet this cat? Yes, we can. When she sees you, the cat leaps into your arms and licks your cheek with the vigor and sloppiness of an animal 10 times her size. Hey there, girl. What's your name? Don't blame Kathy for running away in the slightest. Correct. That's why we let them go. Cat nods at its collar. Scylla, it says. Scylla, huh? What's that big lick for? Cat nods at the other side of the collar, which says, you didn't go against the family. That's very specific, but thank you. Okay, sure, pet. Meat drops. Ah, part of Scylla's family now, and families will never loan you money. You just have to get it on your own. Scylla accepts the pet gladly, and urinates on your leg before hopping off your lap. Great. This is why I've been spending so much time fighting you in Hades 2. Unlock this door! Go through the door. Exactly, we're part of the family. The austere bedding testifies to the Tracy family's rigorous asceticism. One must purge body and mind of all comfort and distraction to achieve the hyper-focus of a bass fisherman. Even candies. Bass fishermen should not be vulnerable to such temptations. Cool, some taffy. Times are tough at largemouth bass and sons, and pillows are in short supply. The Spartan mattresses hold no secrets. Under the pillow, got an item. 16 teeth. Tooth fairies skipped this swamp for a while. New mouth starter kit. Hate that! But hey, cool, we could just sell them, I guess. A navy blue slicker is the sole resident of the coat rack. Search it. This rummaging yields a letter in the right pocket. The envelope appears unopened. We have a letter. A letter from Kathy Tracy, addressed only to Dad. Post office would never be able to deliver that. Largemouth bass eyes peek through the slats in the lockers. Hate that. You're not supposed to be in this room. It's better if Adam doesn't see you leave through this door. Yeah, better for whom? Better for you. Okay. We should probably give him this letter, but first, we should probably take a short break. I need to run ads and do the self-care things, all of the good stuff. Post office have a hard time delivering normal letters in your area. Yeah, but you know, Google Maps doesn't believe your house exists. But hey, I'm going to go and do the self-care things. So should you. Get up, move around, have a drink, have a snack, take your meds if you need to. This is a reminder. And I will be back for the last part of our return to Loathing in a few minutes. Love to you all. See you in a few. We're back. Hello, everyone. Ah, yes, we should go and give this man a letter from his escaped daughter. Have his teeth under... Why would that be what you lead with? Not the letter. Yes, those are mine. You believe in the Tooth Fairy? No. Okay, bye. Alright, do I have to read the letter? Not sealed. Dad. All anyone cares about in this... Wait, no, she had a voice. Dad, all anyone cares about in this family is largemouth bass. I'm sick of it. Ain't I a person? Ain't I deserving of being cared about, too? I'm leaving, Dad. For a place where dreams are possible. You're never gonna find me because you don't know where that is. Love, Kathy. Yes, and Mom. Can we show him the letter now? Yeah, you need to see this. Adam Tracy pores over the letter, his brow sinking into deeper furrows with each line. Ain't never. Ain't I. My friends. Nope. Friend, those are the vulgar contractions of Occam's Gator. I didn't give Kathy a copy of Jane Eyre to have her contract improperly. No, this letter is an obvious ruse, my friend. Occam's clumsily attempted to throw us off the scent. Nope, pirate voice is apparently a thing I should not be doing. Face it, you'd ought to run away from home. Yet to see any evidence of that. Okay, apart from all the evidence of that, and the fact that I talked to her. Well, alright, guess that's that. Back to the cryptid hunt, I guess.
Dear me, dear me. This wretched swamp is going to ruin my various reagents and powders.
Can you keep them in little glass jars or something?
Not to travel, it would be highly impractical. With their little paper packets.
Maybe we should get you some cellophane?
Your newfangled music devices would be of little help in this situation. Your inventory is waterproof. Not. Here, take a few of these.
Cheers, I guess. Moss Rock Grotto, where we have both moss and rock. All of the items on this table are either made of or covered in moss. And there's a very cold thing. This moss. Oh no, it's not cold. This moss is twinkling for some reason. Sure. Hi. Well, if this isn't the moss man that kid was talking about. No, that's not what that means. Well, if this isn't the moss man that kid was talking about, you've got a real unusual coincidence here. Doesn't exactly look fearsome, but if you're looking for a fight, it might be best to take advantage of surprise. Nah. Excuse me, are you a moss man?
Yep, that's me, Clyde Mossman. Pleased to meet you.
Hi, I'm Jim Butler. Again, just giving away your name.
Welcome to my humble abode. I ain't got many visitors. Well, except some weird kid I sometimes see peeking around the trees.
Are you actually moss man?
I ain't quite sure I get you meaning. That's my last name, like I said.
Yeah, but are you a human person or some sort of moss swamp creature? Yeah, I get that this is a strange and possibly rude question.
Well, I wasn't always this way, but I've been living in the swamp a long time. Just kinda dug in and got comfortable. Moss just sort of grows out of me naturally like now, instead of hair. I guess it happened so gradual that I got so accustomed to it, it didn't occur to me to question it.
Yeah, sorry. Didn't mean to give you some kind of philosophical crisis.
No apology necessary, friend. But it is something I'm gonna be chewing on for a while.
Have some of your moss.
Excuse me. You drop an existential bombshell on me and now you're asking for part of my body?
Yeah, I'm really not in top social form today, I guess. Do we need some of that moss, though?
Well, I tell you what. Help me solve this puzzle of whether I'm a man or a monster and I'll give you some moss.
But what if you're a Muppet? Well, the way I see it, you seem intelligent and can hold a conversation and haven't tried to murder me for my delicious organ meats.
How do you know they're delicious?
So, I figure, what does it really mean to be human anyway? You may well be less Homo sapien and more whatever the technical term for moss is. Does that really matter in the grand scheme of things? It's really important as just being a good person, whatever kind of person you are. Well, that's real, even if it's an extremely weird kind of person.
Well, that's real good of you to say, friend. I guess that answers my question. Here, let me give you some of my moss, like I promised.
He peels off some of his moustache and hands it to you. Thanks. Hey, are you technically a hobo?
Well, ain't the thing about hobos, they're always on the move. I feel like I'm practically the opposite of a hobo.
I happen to know a group of hobos that have settled down and built themselves a pretty nice camp. Bet you'd be welcome there if you're interested.
Well, now, I do value my solitude, but it certainly couldn't do any harm to visit and see. In fact, I do believe I'm due for a vacation.
You mark the location of the hobo camp on Clyde's map. He heads off into the swamp with the wave. We're gathering so many hobos. Can't do anything with the twinkly moss or anything else. Cool. Okay, we haven't seen the Chupa yet, but that's all the other cryptids. Let's check out this frog bog we found. Because, you know, frog bog. Frog bog. Find an old medicine show wagon overturned in the swamp. Most of its contents have long since hazardously dissolved into the local ecosystem, but there's probably some stuff left. What remains? A few damp toiletries and even damper medicaments. Cool. Also, gross. But here in the frog bog, all one word, great, perfect, there are frog. In bog. As advertised. Frogs are talking. That one said buddy. Speak to the frogs. Clear your throats. There was a frog in it. Maybe don't use that joke when talking to the frogs, though. Hi, frogs. No. No. Humans. No. Humans. Frog. No. No. Frogs. Frogs. Humans. So what you're saying is that you're humans who got turned into frogs. Frogs were not on your list of expectations for today. Wait, you say you're humans, not frogs? Right. Yes, right. You think about what it would be like to be trapped in a frog's body. After a few seconds, you stop thinking about it because you don't like thinking about things that fill you with harrowing existential angst, and that's fair. How did this happen? Worry, cave, God, frog, God, frog. Worry. Kinda hard to understand you with everybody talking all at once. Why are you all talking? Single, share, all, frogs, single, share, mind, frogs, mind, single, frogs, all, mind. Good to know frogs are a hive mind. All frogs share a single mind. Wow, it's incredible. This changes. Actually, you can't think of any significant consequences of what you've just learned. Try to remember the last time you interacted with a specific frog as an individual, and it was... that biology class. Probably best not to bring that up. So what's that like? The worst, hate it, the worst, awful, hate it, awful, gross, the worst. Yeah, that's about what I expect. Can I help? One of the larger frogs hops up to you and coughs loudly. A shiny green object flies out of its mouth and sinks into the water. We'll grab it. You roll up your sleeve and plunge your hand into the nasty water. Your fingers find a hard object which turns out to be... wow, shiny. The most beautiful thing a frog has ever barked at you. Go back to the frog. What should I do with this? A second frog approaches and belches up a soggy piece of paper. You decide to just look at it instead of touching it with your hand. Appears to be a shipping label from a nearby quarry. I'm Quarry. Well, frogs, it's been real. I'm going to go and check out this quarry. And I'm mostly wandering around until I find out if the chicken and rat trap worked.
You there?
Oh, that's not Professor Adams. Somebody else. An excessively jovial man struts out from behind the trees. New to these parts, is it? Ever hear of our mud hand? I'll bet you didn't know this is actually 1.3 times larger than any comparable hand you can name. I did know that about mud hand. No, you didn't. He disappears into the mist. Behind him through the trees is mud hand. Okay. Let's keep going where we're going for now. How many things in this swamp? Are you a frog brain in a human body? I really think you are. There's a note on the door. Drive efficiently. Excess gas use will be deducted from your paycheck. Corporation. Guy seems a bit... Hi there. Ribbit. This might seem like a strange question, but do you know anything about a curse? Ribbit. Your attitude says no, but your... everything else says yes. Ribbit. Also cursed. This is either a guy who thinks he's a frog, or the soul of a frog trapped in the body of a guy, or a really good method actor rehearsing for Toad of Toad Hall. Excuse me? Ribbit. Have you seen any cursed frog idols around? He sticks his tongue out as a fly buzzes past and seems confused and disappointed by its length. Oh boy. Okay, good luck. Ribbit. Anything else to say? Hi. Ribbit. I asked you if you were a frog trapped in a man's body. Would you have any way to answer that question that I'd be able to understand? Ribbit. I guess I don't know what I was expecting. Ribbit. Sure. Let's examine the buildings first. Oh, hey. Hello, Foreman. Can I steal your hat? This hat rack's dressed like a cowboy. Now we have an intimidating assassin. One muscle and one moxie. Ooh, that might be better than our welding mask. But we're holding on to this for smell of the wisp, aren't we? You see a guy wearing a hat like this, you think to yourself, this guy has a good sense of style, and is probably about to punch me for no reason. Personnel files for everybody who works at or who has ever worked at this quarry. Did I work here as well? You give the files a quick riffle through. They tend to be very thin, people who were hired and then quit real fast. There's only a handful of current records, and they aren't very interesting. Look myself up. What? You don't work here? I still don't really believe you worked at that gas station or that restaurant. Look myself up. Fine, you flip through the folders and holy crap, there you are, Jimbo Bathflower. What the heck? Yeah, I get around. No actual game effect of that, but this is a very funny running joke. And then, of course, unbelievably, there's your employment file. Dig through the foreman's desk. Find a key labelled Mess and a gun labelled Bess in 2 different drawers. That's some papers and stuff, but none of it seems significant. Got the mess hall key and Bess. This was both the foreman's gun and his wife. Bit weird, but okay. Painting of a safe. Is that meant to be reverse psychology? What's behind it? Push the painting aside and find, surprise, a safe. Unfortunately, it's a key type safe and you don't have the key. Not that a combination lock would have been much better, but you can interpret with style and hope to get lucky. Bookshelf full of books. Took books on management with titles like Shaking the Invisible Hand, You Deserve More, and How to Get Blood Out of the Turnips You Hired. Corpse, everybody. Foreman have anything else to say? Hi there. Ribbit. Nice suit, you look like a fancy guy. Ribbit. Guess you basically won the frog lottery, huh? Ribbit. Get lucky with a safe sounds like something that might happen in this game. You're not wrong. Remains of a fancy meal with fancy condiments. Well, let's go to a less fancy meal room. Door is locked, so the food won't escape, presumably. As advertised, it's a mess. Yeah. Table swarming with flies. Hate that. Look to the crust on these dishes. The food here wasn't very good even before it spoiled. This range doesn't even have a gas line connected to it. I guess you could warm something up to room temperature? Like these people got so hungry they started eating the cabinet doors. Well, there's one drawer left. Let's check it. Yeah, but junk. Excuse me, fuses are not junk. Nor are these rivets. They're not fish in the sink? Like the one sink I can't fish in? What's up with that? Aha! A radio! Some cruel soul tuned this radio to static and then walked away. Let's tune it to a different station and then walk away. Oh no, we restore the radio to the way we found it. Okay, so we're the cruel soul now. In one bed, the S on that bunk sign must have been a typo. All the oil in this lamp's dried up. The chair's been converted into a very uncomfortable bed. The lady seems real nervous about something, although the way she's hopping around on the floor makes it difficult to judge her body language in a regular way. Ma'am? Ready? Can you communicate to me in some way anything about a curse? Ribbit? Oh, geez, please don't do that thing with your neck. Ribbit? Yeah, I don't know what I expected. Anyway, let's rifle through the lockers. Yeah, that frog lady's watching and seems real agitated. Better leave him alone. For now. So we got all the radios for Rufus. But now let's go into the cave with the frog god. Ah, we will restore its eye, I see. This frog person seems more cheerful about the situation than the others you've seen. Hello. Hey, don't touch that. Ah, talking... Oh, man. That's right, I'm a human man, not a frog at all. I have reason to believe you're actually a frog in a man's body somehow. But it's my body now, and I'm keeping it. I don't need any dry-skinned leg walkers coming in here, and holy hop, you've got the missing eye. This big emerald, yeah, I was just noticing that it looks an awful lot like that other one. Okay, I absolutely need you to step away from that statue right hopping now. You don't want me to fix it? It was pretty important. Very important.
It's an ancient idol of the frog god, and when the humans blasphemed against it by removing that eye, this particular human hit right here, I might add, they were cursed with the great Broken One's righteous fury.
So that's why all the people here, and the frogs, and that bog nearby.
Yeah, you guessed it. It's the old Freaky Friday routine.
I don't know what that means.
Forget about it. Point is, the humans did the crime, so now it's the frogs' time to shine.
And if I put the eye back...
You put the eye back, it undoes the curse, yeah. Oh, Hop, I maybe shouldn't have told you that.
Really enjoying all the voices I'm doing. It's almost like I'm a voice actor. Yeah, I am. It's one of the things I like to... It's honestly one of the things I like to do with these streams is use them for VA practice. These frogs are... people really want their bodies back.
Well, so hop and what? Hop then.
Jeez, man.
Look, take your inherent pro-human bias into account and consider the justice of the situation, okay? These people come rolling in here with their machines and stuff, tear up our land, spill oil and gasoline everywhere, and they find this ancient religious icon, and the first thing they do is try to loot it. Those aren't good people, and they got what was coming to them.
What should I do?
Tell you what to do. Take the other eye out of the statue.
What? I don't want to be a frog.
Nah, don't worry about that. It won't curse you. What it'll do is make the original curse permanent. No takebacks, no do-overs. That's justice, tadpole.
Huh.
Tell you what, I'll sweeten the deal. You can keep the emeralds. Heck, I'll make a necklace for you. You like necklaces? I'm still getting used to having a neck myself.
Well... I like that I have... I'll think about it. Lie. AKA, I want to not be in this conversation. This is an honest... This is a better moral dilemma than most of the ones in Mass Effect. But no, I should probably fix this.
Well, considering that I haven't really figured out how to work these fists yet, I can't do much to stop you either way. But I am warning you, if you put that eye back, you're gonna find yourself on the wrong side of history, pal.
Uh-huh. Well, for now, I'm gonna go over here. What's with this fly cave? Judging from the smell and that thick cloud of flies, this is not a place for a good time. Don't go back there unless you have a really good reason. Well, I need to fight a fly at some point. The statue's one remaining eye twinkles in the dim light. Almost looks like it's winking at you. Which does not exactly help when it comes to making a decision here. Maybe be a little more explicit about your desires, huh, Frog God? I mean, all the people in the frog bodies said this was awful, and all the frogs, all the frogs in the people bodies other than this guy seem to also be having a bad time, so. And also, it feels weird just adding to the damage to religious icons. In the interest of full disclosure, I should point out that this is a one-way decision. If you mess with the idol, you won't be able to change your mind afterwards. So don't mess this up. Yeah, always forward, never plan. No, don't! Socket the missing emerald back into the statue. Both eyes flash with a brilliant green light, then dim again.
No. No! Hop you, you bastard!
You okay? My brain feels... slimy? Gross. Are you... you? The original you? I'm the actual human guy, yeah. My name's Roger. Thanks for your help. I think I would have gone crazy if I'd been trapped as a frog for much longer. Well, I guess there isn't a lot of practical difference between a crazy frog and a sane one. I mean, like, a string of irritating top 10 hits. Yeah, no problem, Roger. I was happy to help. That's still true. We got another problem. What's up? Yeah, see, I don't know how much you saw of the situation at the quarry, but it is a really terrible place to work. It seems kind of run down. It doesn't need to be, that's the thing. We turn a good profit, but the foreman refuses to spend any more than the absolute minimum on the facilities and wages. And meanwhile, he's eating caviar for lunch like he's John D. friggin' Rockefeller. Jeez. You should have seen his face when I showed him that idol. His tongue hit the floor like a cartoon wolf. He's getting yacht catalogs in the mail. All of us that do the actual work gotta take turns sleeping in one bed. Why don't you quit? Tried to start a union, but he just called in the Pinkertons to rough us up. If we try to quit, it's the same deal. Corporate espionage and workers' rights? Yeah. We can't even just walk out because he watches us like a hawk. Had to take our chances anyway, though. See that tunnel back there on the left? That comes out past the trees, and if we snuck out at night, he wouldn't spot us. Be out of here, and we're on our way to town by morning. We plan to cross the swamp at night. Not much of a plan, but it's the only plan we got. Only problem is that tunnel's full of flies. Some kind of nest. Oh, and you need someone to clear out the tunnel for you. That's about the size of it. And the size of those flies is real big. Well, I'll need you to kill any maggots in there too so they don't come back. Ew! Haven't got anything to pay you with, but we really appreciate the favor. Okay. But I want to go and look at the quarry now that people are people again. Puzzled and tired. I feel alright. I'm really thirsty for some reason, which is weird because water's practically the only thing we get to eat around here. Is it clean, at least? Calling it that would be a real stretch, but it's alright once your immune system gets acclimated. I grew this mustache to help filter it. Yeah. Uncomfortable but hopeful. You alright? My tongue hurts and I've got kind of a gross taste in my mouth. Oh, I've mainly been eating shoe leather though, so that isn't really new. Well, it might be new in a way. What? Nothing. I hated the Fly Guy side quest, so the tunnel will definitely gross me out. Oh, I'm expecting it to. Okay? Oh, I don't like to complain, but I'm so tired. When I took this job as an office assistant, I never imagined I'd be in charge of all the cleaning and maintenance around the camps. Well, there's so much, and I'm just one person. Jeez, that's rough. Now I'm having these weird dreams about frogs. Honestly, it makes me regret giving out a lot of them. Hopefully the plan will work out. Can I look in these lockers yet? You probably shouldn't go through that stuff while that lady's watching you. I mean, you shouldn't anyway, but the fact that she's watching you provides a more concrete reason than just basic morality. Can we go and, like, hit the foreman with something? Also, hi. You okay? That depends on whether you're real or I'm hallucinating you. I'm real. The frog thing, though, that was hallucination, right? Nah, that was real too. You're about to tell me my shoelaces really are butterflies. I warn you, I don't know how I'll react to that. You should go get some sleep. Let's see if I can hit the foreman with a brick. Foreman looks up from the yacht brain, I can read. Yacht catalog he's reading and scowls at you. Scram, I'm busy. Alright. Guess we do the gross tunnel. I'm gonna keep this gas mask on because that seems sensible. Ah, Jesus, yeah, don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. Let's kill them as soon as we can. No, thank you. Nope, nope, don't. Dislike. Also, you just killed my worm. Dislike that too. You only have 15 HP though, so you shall fall to the power of sports equipment. Hey! Really, really actively dislike this. You get tenderized. Oh, but I get poisoned for melee attacking you. Boo. Cool. And then we poison you and you die immediately. Bleh. No unusually large flies on you. Good. Yeah, no. Bane of extra bloody hematite? Cool. Let's 6 hematic acre. Nice. Big pile of maggots. Giant pile of squirming maggots. Also a squirming pile of giant maggots. Kill it. You're going to have to stomp and squelch them basically individually. It's going to be super disgusting. Would you like to read a full description of that, or should we just move on? For once, I am not going to press the more detailed button. No. A wise move. You destroy the pile of maggots with a series of gross noises and unpleasant smells. You are now covered in maggot guts. The end. And we have a giant maggot hat. It boosts all our stats. Great. And we're auto-equipping... Oh, that... Hate that a lot. No, I should go back and tell him. Hello. Hi, how's it? Oh my god, don't come any closer. What are you covered in? Oh, this maggot guts. Well, thank you for clearing out the tunnel. Please leave this enclosed space and get some fresh air. Oh, don't worry, I'll be fine. I was saying it more for my benefit. Luck with the escape plan! Should I tell these people about the plan? I can't talk to them. And now the real question. See, the intimidation assassin is less awful, but it's just really mechanically good. This game knows what it's doing to me. And I can buff it with this hat band to get some hot armor, I guess. Oh, well, no, but I needed the gas moss for now anyway for stench armor. That was legitimately a thing. This particular quandary will get kicked down the line. Can I talk with anybody else now that I've cleaned the thing out? Do you want to escape? Do you want to escape? Hi, oh jeez. Wrong. Did you forget you're covered in maggot guts because you're still covered in maggot guts? Nobody else mentioned it. Yeah, they're probably all too polite. How do I get uncovered in maggot guts? Fine, let's just leave for now. Let's go to Mudhenge, I guess? Despite anything the map might have to say about it, you managed to wander back to the spot where you set the trap for the Chupa. Peering through the bushes, you discover that your trap has indeed trapped something. Sort of looks like a giant toad with a tentacle face covered in boils that might also be eyes. You have no idea what a Chupa looks like, but this seems about as likely as anything you were imagining. The presumed Chupa seems pretty annoyed about being caught in your trap. Well, let's go and annoy it further. Carefully sneak up on the Chupa since it's both distracted by the trap and also unable to turn around. You manage to take it completely unawares. It struggles futilely as you grab it in a headlock and slice off one of its nostrils, creating a slightly shorter nostril, I guess. The creature roars in pain and anger, but by the time it manages to thrash its way out of the trap, you're already completely the heck out of there. Cool. Now we just need the smell of the wisp. Welcome to Mudhenge. Admission to meet. Also there's a gross mud flower. Also there's a hole in the fence. Somebody's gonna lose their job at the fence factory. Hello. Welcome to Mudhenge. Malcolm? What's this place? Friend, it's Mudhenge. What's that? It's one of the area's most popular henges. Folks travel from all over to see this mysterious mud. I've heard of Stonehenge. Is it like that? I don't see the comparison. You don't? She sighs. Look,
We could talk for hours about Stonehenge. Stonehenge is big, Stonehenge is strong. I've gone over all this. So with respect, what I am interested in talking about is Mudhenge, which is a formidable monument in its own right, and so much more than just a first draft of Stonehenge, as they sometimes say in the magazines. This puzzle can take a while, fair warning, or I could be a genius. What's so special about Mudhenge? Special? Well, during the swamp solstice, it's said that the needle of a compass placed upon the central altar will point not to west, but secret west, where lies the thing you need most. That special enough for you? When's the swamp solstice? If you're in a swamp, it's pretty much always the swamp solstice. Okay, what's secret west? I'm no mystician, but secret west is the direction in which lies that thing your heart is most missing. And it's said that a compass laying on the altar of Mudhenge during the swamp solstice will point to secret west. That was the object of the Mudhenge challenge. But of course we don't run the challenge anymore, too hard. Too many missing, presumed dead. What does that mean, the thing your heart is most missing? That's not the thing I would be questioning. Well, it's kind of up to you. Up to your heart, that is. Could be a secret crush, that new job, maybe just a piece of bread. If you're a duck, I guess. Yeah, could have helped me to find Charles, huh? Charles, is that your secret crush? Maybe you're my secret crush. Ma'am, I'm married. That's fair. Anyway, I'd like to visit Mudhenge. Well, why wouldn't you? It's the best and most mysterious henge at this side of the border. Admission is to me. What border? I believe it's all of them. Sure. Yeah, I don't pay for anything I can do for free. Thinking about helping the fence? Sure, go ahead, but there's one thing you haven't counted on. You won't have the informational brochure that comes with your ticket. I do like a brochure, to be fair, and it's only 2 meat. I knew you wouldn't be able to come all this way without seeing the famous Mudhenge. Here's a pamphlet that goes over just about everything we know about the history of this ancient monument. Cool, thanks. Don't be a stranger. Oh, and we still have to go through the fence. That's quite funny. Let's read this thing. Little is known about the history of Mudhenge. You ever watch yourself get scammed in real time? I'm going to have to put the maggot on because I feel like having some more mysticality will probably end up being good. If I'm having to do a puzzle. But that was weird. Oh god, it's a teleport maze. There was a stone with hobo code that I saw from the other side of the fence. Oh god, it's a teleport maze. Oh, hello. Translate. Translate to the message on the rock reads, Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Indeed. Ah, here's that hover code. According to this, there's no boxcar nearby that the railroad company abandoned when it sank into the swamp. I know. Nobody lives there anymore. Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Yeah, that one's looping us here. That over to the east? Well, let's find out. Hello? Gatorman? This crazed Gatorman has appeared out of nowhere and is champing at the bit to make sure you're nowhere 5 minutes from now. Okay, well, let's just win this fight. Also, the professor didn't want to come in, honestly. Wow, you have quite some HP. Of course, that doesn't mean you're gonna escape the wrath of Baal. We have so many AP, we're just gonna pelt you with sports equipment before you get a chance to do anything. The Gatorman rallies for another round, but a hand rises from the swamp and drags him down screaming. Well, okay, you see how that's worse, right? The backpack stashed in the swamp is certain to contain illicit material. Correct guidance is advised. Open it. There's a complete change of clothes in the sack and a black embossed card sticking out of the back pants pocket. What does it say? Drowned Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower, a phrase so nice you've read it twice.
on the other side. The nudist's creed. Nothing is worn, everything is visible. That's a very good reference. Huh. You like to leave everything in the bag where you found it. Nothing's your size anyway. I mean, where the archers send you appears to be stable. Not depends so much on where you're coming from, as far as I can tell. I wonder if going in them from different directions does anything. That's... yeah. There's two different sounds there. Alright, another gator. Wait. Okay, this is a... damn it. Damn it, there was somebody there. Where the gator man goes, I cannot follow. Yeah, because if we look at this, like, from above, every gate seems to just send us one clockwise. And that seems to be the case whether we go forward or backward. What's that? Shadow Minotaur, hello. Hello. We've met before, haven't we? When we meet, it is not me. Yeah, behind the box card. Do you remember Jimmy Bufflower? Not much time. This to help. This to help you where you are going. Oh, back at in the prologue. Is that the bus? I don't need that anymore. I got enough gas for the bus. More than enough, actually. Sorry. I come to give help. I come from far away. Much great personal cost. Okay, do you have anything else that might be useful? Sorry. Okay, so that's the Grand Mary's Crown stone. The different sounds when you walk through certain gates seems important. Nothing over to the east. Thank you, Jumbo. Here's the one backpack hidden in a swamp that contains no illicit material. It's just the newest bag, yeah. Another message. Oh, it's just the one about the boxcar again. I'm sure there could be a more systematic way to do this. I don't know what it is. I'm bad at teleport mazes. Yeah, because going... hello? Are these just like randomized people that I can't interact with? Oh, there was something over that way. Gator. Gator. No, no, no. Hey, I can't interact with them at all. Another gator that runs away. Yeah, going through different sides of the gate doesn't seem to do anything. Does that make a different noise? Sometimes. If I just go back into every gate as I come to it. The one that makes that noise is that one. Is that a good noise? I mean, it's the only different thing. And then doing it again means it doesn't make that noise. Okay. Let's say they're from this big one at the front, clockwise 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2. 2 then 3 doesn't do it. 2 then 4? No. 2 then 5? No, that wasn't the right noise. 2 then 1? Yes. 2, 1, 2? Yes. And that takes us to Grand Mary's Crown. Or the stone that says it. One. Yes. I don't know if I'm chasing a particularly unhelpful goose here. 3, no. 2. Something empty. Okay, I found my way back to the backpack. Those of you in chat who have played this game, am I going up completely the wrong tree here? I mean, before I went 2-1-2 and it took me to the stone saying about Grand Mary's Crown. This time it didn't. So, that suggests I might be incorrect about some of my assumptions. There's a nudist gator over there who runs away. What if I walk through all of the gates of Withersham? As you know, the witches I want to do. Yeah, if I've been doing other things, 2 always makes that noise. Is the noise important? The sounds are helpful. Drowned Mary is also giving information, though it's not at all intuitive. Past the hewn tower. No. Okay, so 2, then 1, then 2, and 1. But not 2 again. 2, 1, 2, 1. Are you gonna stop? Nope. Nope, not 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 3. Nope. That guy's just gonna run away. 2, 1, 2, 1. Nope. 2, 1, 2, 1. Grandma's crown is buried past the huge tower. Is there a word puzzle going on here? Anyway, I think we're going for 5 next. Okay, 21215. 1. Yes, 212151. 212151 Nope. Something over to the east. A backpack, yeah. 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 3. Nope. 2, 1. Hello, 2, 1, 5, 1, 4. Nope. 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5. Remember? Yeah. 1. Nope. I feel there's probably a better way of doing this than brute force, but I don't know it, so. 5, 1. Hello. 5, not 1. Boxcar thing. No, not 2. 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 3. Nope. 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1. That wasn't 1, that was 2, damn it. This stone is still here for whatever reason. 2, 1. Looking over to the east. Probably just a guy who ran away. I know it's a backpack. 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 4, 21215154. Nope. 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 4. Not 2. 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5. Why did I go through 3 there? Damn it! 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 4, 4. Nope. 2, 1, 2, 1, 5, 1. Gonna stick around? No. 5, 4. Not 5. Damn it! I thought I'd tried everything else. Damn it. 2, which means potentially I'm doing things wrong. Grand Mary's crown is buried past the huge tower. Two, 1. Something over to the east. Is it a backpack? There is. 5, 1. 5, 4. Which one have I not tried here? 5? Nope. 1, 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 4. What haven't I tried? 2? No. Did I try 1? 2, 1, 5, 1, 5, 4. You run away. 1? No. Need to step out and vote, but best of luck. Yeah, go and do a democracy. That seems much more important than whatever the hell I'm doing. There doesn't seem to be anything to interact with on the side bit. Try 2. Okay, we don't seem to be able to make it make that noise anymore. Oh no, I'm just an idiot. There we go. pound the altar, everyone. In the heart of the henge, 4 new druids flock around the altar in unchoreographed ritual. One look at you and they just absolutely lose it. Gnashing and wailing, it's clear that your presence here constitutes some kind of affront. You're not welcome here. Where you are welcome, and where they'll put you is 6 feet under. I don't want any trouble. An interloper! Henry, oh please, to kill her you must! You might be done soon. Willie, won't we, Henry, and then we'll live forever, won't we, Henry? Not looking at you if that's what you're worried about. Why don't you kill her, Camilla? You won't find it any different to the deer. Fine, I guess we're fighting. 4 nudists against me and a worm. I have to check your stats. Bloodthirsty nudists. A variety of HP. You do buffs, and you cast devastating spells, so you should both die. So let's have a free-for-all. And then you, balls. Ironic, truly, that the nudists die of balls. It's an obvious joke, but here we are. Balls. And then tenderize this idiot. Or you can buff people, and now it's just you and me, Henry, and also this worm. Wow, you've given us quite a lot of poison. Does poison wear off at the end of a turn? I can't remember. Oh wait, I don't care, I'll just kill this man. There you go, problem solved. Chastened, the 4 nudists scatter, each to a separate corner of the earth. Great. There was 2-1-2-1-5-1-5-4-3. At last, the non-literal beating heart of Mudhenge. As you draw near, the needle on your compass spins wildly. Of course, it says the guide outside told you a compass placed upon this altar will point towards secret west, where lies that thing your heart most desires. Which makes this place far, far superior to Stonehenge, where the most that'll happen to your compass is a badger might eat it. That is true. But compass on altar. The question, of course, of what exactly your heart does desire most. What are you hoping to find here in the endless gloom of this modern henge? Do I want cash or do I want mud? I'm very interested to see what... me please. The needle spins smoothly clockwise until it doesn't. Seized by a queer magnetic force, the tremulous needle twitches violently between the cardinal and non-ecclesiastical directions. It's a horrible, upsetting sight, and it feels like a mercy killing when, with a gasp of inexplicable breath, the needle falls still, its head pointing toward the west-north arch. Is the needle okay? Honestly, no. I'm sorry to hear that. Alright. Well, this is quite another henge altogether. The mists of Mudhenge have parted, and now you stand before the great husk of an antebellum riverboat, grounded upon the swampy shore. The needle of your compass bends its neck to point urgently toward the boat's top deck. You know how a compass needle can contort itself like that, but it's very unpleasant to watch. Mudhenge must have brought you here for a purpose. Let's meet her, and you're going to find it. Let's forge ahead with low to moderate purpose. That sounds like us. It's the longer fellow. Also northeast. Like there's an N and an E blanked out. Under this thing that was possibly once a bookcase, you notice a crawdad set up camp and gathered a horde of shiny pebbles it's guarding vigorously. A regular, selfish, shellfish. You know what, on that note, and the reason we were only forging ahead with moderate purpose, is that we have to go. I really hope this saved recently. We'll find out. Yeah, so I think that about does it for today. We're already a little over time. And see, that puzzle didn't take that long. It took quite a while. So hey, thanks everybody for sticking with me. Thanks if you've watched all the way through that. It must have been exasperating, but here we are. If you've been watching, you know where to find me. but just in case, this is twitch.tv/Serasent, that's SERASENT, the House of Hubris, streaming live every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 2 p.m. British time, that is 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. Other time zones are available, but you need to do the maths yourself, or just follow us and get notified whenever I'm around. If you do miss anything, VODs are on Twitch for 8 weeks after the fact. For everything else, there is the YouTube. Link down there says VOD Archive, or it's youtube.com/@House of Hubris, where you can find everything going back to the very start of the channel, which, as established, is like 3.5 years now, which is ridiculous. None of this game has gone up yet because we're still trying to build a buffer, but that will be happening soon. So hey, why not subscribe? Doesn't cost you anything and gets you hot, fresh VODs in your subscription feed every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday once they're happening again. What else? If you want to support me wandering aimlessly through mud financially, then you can, of course, cheer or subscribe on Twitch. But you very much don't have to. Just turn up and hang out and be chill and be good to each other, and then everyone's having a good time. If you want to find me elsewhere on the internet, links are down here. It's House of Hubris pretty much anywhere. At House of Hubris on Twitter, at House of Hubris at kind.social, on Mastodon at houseofhubris.bsky.social on Blue Sky, where you can find me doing stupid social media things and also talking about the other projects I'm in, like all the voice acting that's coming out lately, and we're recording more and it's very exciting. If you like audio dramas, I'm in those. But yeah, so check out the socials for all of that. But hey, even if you don't want to do that, why not just turn up again next time on, what day is it today? Thursday, when we will continue this and investigate the wreck of the Longfellow. I think that's everything. Apart from to say, love to you all, take care of yourselves out there, and I will see you again then. Bye-bye. No, that's the wrong button. God, it has been a while. Bye!